Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind New York Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind New York Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody, and glad to have you guys back in the stream once again tonight, as we should have a good game going down here in the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minnesota at the top of the Western Conference, record 44-19 this season for the TWolves. And they are right now a half game up on the Oklahoma City Thunder, sitting right behind at 43-19 this season. The top two defenses in the league battling it out tonight. Minnesota number 1, fewest points allowed. Cleveland number 2. Cleveland with a record of 40-22, sitting a half game back behind Milwaukee in third place, in slight favorite for this matchup. For some reason, I get a buffer for some reason, so my apologies for that. I don't know why I just randomly lagged for some reason, but what I just said before that was that Cleveland coming into this matchup, slight favorite on the line for this matchup. What's good, Twin City Bulldog Club? Welcome back to the stream. Tony, Jeffrey, welcome aboard here, guys. Yeah, hopefully Boston's able to bounce back tomorrow night. They've never lost 3 straight games in a row this season for the Celtics, so they're in danger of doing so. Tough matchup tomorrow night at Phoenix. I heard Devin Booker's not supposed to play tonight, or tomorrow night for that game. Quite a bit of players listed out tonight for this one here, as Karl-Anthony Towns, it was announced earlier today that he's going to be missing some significant time due to injury for Cat, so he is out, and it's looking like that injury could linger into the playoffs for Cat. So looking for a big game out of Anthony Edwards. He dropped down 44 points against Indiana on 35 total shot attempts, with 18 for 35 from the floor on Thursday, and in the win over Indiana in the last game. So yeah, they're coming off a back-to-back for Minnesota for this matchup. So this is another road game for the T-Wolves, and the Cavs played in the back-to-back on Tuesday and Wednesday. They beat the Celtics. They were down by 22. They came back. Just Dean Wade was red hot in that fourth quarter. In the final 10 minutes, he just was drilling 3 after 3 after 3. And then they lost the following night at the Hawks, 112-101 on Wednesday. Yeah, that's a big game right there. So PC, gotta beat UConn tomorrow night. That's as tough as it's going to get. At least it's a home game for Providence, so it's not out of the reach right there. But if you win that game, you're looking like you're going to be into the NCAA tournament. If you lose that game, then you're going to have to make a deep run into the Big East tournament, what it looks like, and take down some of the other bubble teams in your way, like Seton Hall, St. John's, Villanova, gonna have to take down those bubble teams. What's good, Joe, in the stream? Welcome in. Glad to have you back in. Yeah, big Indiana State victory today. So best of luck there to the Sycamores tomorrow in the semifinals for the Valley over the Missouri Valley Conference. But yeah, I think the best bet for Indiana State, just win the conference tournament on Sunday and they'll get in, because you don't want to be relying upon what happens in the rest of the conference tournaments. So that's the best bet right there. Win the conference tournament. I see Indiana State as an 11 seed if they win the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. So I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to get them if they do lose. It all depends if they do lose the conference tournament championship. If it's by 1 point, I think you got to put Indiana State in there. But if they get blown out in the final game, then I don't think there's going to be much of a chance. So I think it comes down to, I think the only way they can land the bubble is if they lose by like 1, 2, or 3, probably, and it would have to be against Drake in the conference championship on like a buzzer beater or something like that. Yeah, wow, that would really dampen up St. John's opportunities. St. John's been looking pretty good lately for them. Hey, what's good, Uncle Pizzle on the stream? Welcome back in, man. Glad to have you back in past midnight out in London. And that's awesome. So watching a fight right now. Yeah, so if they can't come out of the Missouri Valley Conference to win the championship, yes, they would play in the NIT if they accept the bid, and I would imagine them doing so, accepting a bid for the NIT, because they would be one of the top teams. They would be like a host team. Oh my gosh, that was what a train wreck that fourth quarter was. Dean Wade single-handedly outscored Boston. He just got red hot from 3. Oh man, that was atrocious. The Celtics lost yesterday too. That was the late game or so. So I was in bed by the third quarter since they tipped it off like 3 hours after the usual time here. But yeah, they lost that game last night too at Denver. So that's only the second time this season that they've lost 2 in a row. They've never lost 3 in a row this season, going all the way back to November. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a loss right there against Denver. The one a Wednesday or a Tuesday when they blew a 22-point lead, that's a big red flag right there. That's really concerning. Hopefully that's just an anomaly and it won't happen again, but it's been tough lately. Past couple of years, it's just been all over the place with those blown leads by them. So big news, Karl-Anthony Towns for this matchup. He has been listed out. He's going to be out for a while, it looks like, due to injury for Cat. So that's a significant injury news right there. So potentially he could miss time in the playoffs for his injury. And also Donovan Mitchell, this is the 3rd out of 3 that he's missing for Donovan Mitchell. So yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns has to undergo surgery to repair a torn left meniscus, so he's going to have to be reevaluated in a month. And 1 month from now, that's going to put us on April 8th, so the final week of the regular season. So it's cutting it very close to the playoffs. So the timetable for Cat's injury, it looks like, is around like the start of the playoffs. So yeah, that's a big blow if he can't come back in time, because you certainly don't want to rush an injury either. You're going to make sure that Cat comes back healthy in time for the playoffs. And the defense this year has just been a force for Minnesota, leading the NBA this season and fewest points allowed. Rudy Gobert is having a big reason why, helping out the cause in that way for the former Defensive Player of the Year. But this TWolves squad, they're just so physical. They got a bunch of size on it. But without Cat now, they don't go to the double big lineup with Cat that they had going on. They're actually going to start. So they got Kyle Anderson starting today in this game. So Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson, Rudy Gobert. They've been having Naz Reid this season come off the bench. Yeah, thanks so much there, Jeffrey. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Celtics game at the same time as the PC UConn game. Just so many great games tomorrow. I'm actually out during most of the day tomorrow because I have a concert to go to, but I should be back in time for the Celtics stream at 8:30 tomorrow night. The concert's in the afternoon around 2. Oh, wow, I didn't catch that. That's awesome there. Yeah, Pedro Martinez is one of my favorite players of all time. That's awesome. Big Poppy, yeah, both of those guys, like, top Red Sox players all time for me. Let's see here. Drake, I believe so. Yes. So Drake's playing Evansville right now. It's 25 to 18. Drake leads by 7. Yep, they lost another one, so 2 in a row for Boston. That's very rare that they've gone on a losing streak this year. So it's only the second time it's happened, the first time since November for Boston. Yeah, if they hadn't choked that 22-point lead, that would have just been one loss. But now they're in danger of losing 3 in a row on tomorrow night when they take on Phoenix. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're about 5 minutes away from tipping this off. And if you guys are new here out in the stream, feel free to join in the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge. Once again, for the March Madness ESPN Tournament Challenge. I posted a link out in the chat. All are welcome to do so, and it's totally free to join. And last year, we got over 70-plus people who joined the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge for March Madness. All you have to do, click the link, create an ESPN account if you don't already have one. If so, all you have to do is click join group, and then you click join group for Behind Your Basketball, and then you're in for the bracket challenge. Right now we have 10, and we'll see if we can keep on growing and make that number up to 15, 20, and so on, as we are down to, when the brackets get selected, it's around 9 days from now, Selection Sunday, coming up on Sunday the 17th of March. Wow, Pelicans looking dominant lately. They are destroying the Sixers right now. First look at this score tonight. The score is 41-15, New Orleans. In the start of second quarter of action, leading the Sixers. And then the Wizards up against the Hornets right now, 24-18. And my apologies for the lag. I don't know why it's lagging right now for some reason. Yeah, it's done that a couple times for some reason where it just randomly lags tonight. Yeah, this is a big game tonight, minus a couple star players not playing. Donovan Mitchell listed out tonight for Cleveland, and then Karl-Anthony Towns listed out tonight for the T-Wolves. So they got 5 players listed out, actually, for the Cavs, between Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley. He went down in the Celtics game on Tuesday, didn't return in the third quarter. So Evan Mobley's out, Max Strus is out, Tristan Thompson, and Ty Jerome. And then for Minnesota, players listed out with 4 players: Karl-Anthony Towns, Monte Morris, Jalen Clark, and Jordan McLaughlin, all listed out tonight. Hey, what's good? Ron in the stream. Welcome in, man. Just getting closer to tipping this game off. Around 3 or 4 minutes from now, we'll finally get tip-off tonight in this game. Happy Friday night, everybody. Magic and Knicks just tipped off that game as well. We'll keep you guys posted with scoreboard updates throughout the course of the night. And then for college basketball, mid-major conference tournaments, they're up and going right now. They have already started in some of the mid-major conferences. Atlantic 10 playing their regular season game tonight. VCU is up over number 25 ranked Dayton, 34-26 right now. Drake's in the Missouri Valley Tournament quarterfinals. They lead Evansville 28-20. So just awaiting the tip off this game, about a minute or two or now, as we'll be in action for this one. Yeah, I saw out in the Horizon League, Youngstown State got upset today. There was quite a bit of upsets that already happened in some of the mid-major conference tournaments. Starting five tonight looks like this for Minnesota: Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson, and Rudy Gobert, the starting five for the TWolves tonight, going up against the Cavs starting lineup. On their home floor, Rocket Mortgage Arena, with Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, George Niang, Dean Wade, and Jared Allen. They really found something in the rotation with Dean Wade on Tuesday. Oh, wow. Ohio State lost over on the women's side. Welcome in, Alex. Thanks so much for the update there, man. Chris Finch, the head coach for the T-Wolves, is out tonight. They have Micah Nori as the acting head coach for tonight's game for Minnesota. So they're without their head coach, Chris Finch, tonight. Both of these teams having excellent seasons. Minnesota, 21 road victories this season. That's the most road wins out of any team in the NBA. 44-19 record, number one in the West. Half game above Oklahoma City at second in the West. And Cleveland is a half game behind Milwaukee, currently in third in the Eastern Conference, record of 40-22. No Donovan Mitchell, no Karl Anthony Towns tonight for this matchup, but still should be a good battle right here, minus that one star each for both of their teams is not playing tonight in this game. Minnesota goes in the blue jerseys with a white numbers, white letters to it, kind of like a blue and white gradient with a white gradient on top, blue at the chest and the bottom. As we are underway, Minnesota controls the opening tip. Right to left on the floor for the T-Wolves. The Cavs go with a maroon jerseys for tonight's matchup. Gold numbers, gold letters. Top of the key, Mike Conley. Pick get set by Gobert. Kick out to the corner. Up fake. Baseline. Dribble. Driving downhill to the rim. Throws it down with a two-handed flush by Jaden McDaniels with a slam dunk to begin for Minnesota. Hey, what's good? Anton, welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining in, man. First possession for Cleveland, over to Okoro at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse logo. Okoro flings it off to Allen, deep two jumper. Jared Allen, swoosh, knocks it down for two. We're tied up 2 apiece. 50 seconds into action so far. Conley, second possession now for Minnesota, slides on top over to Anderson, puts the ball into the hands to Edwards. Edwards coming off 44 points against Indiana in the last game yesterday in the victory. Missed off the front rim, no good. It gets rebounded by Cleveland. Yep, glad to have you back in, McNutt. It's been a while here. Coming back on the stream. Classic. Tip deflected out of bounds by Garland. Great effort, though, by Darius Garland. Couldn't come down with it, though. It will be T-Wolves ball, though. First minute and 13 interaction so far. Darius Garland had 2 fouls rescinded against him on Tuesday. Nothing bigger than the missed shot that Jason Tatum had that the referees originally ruled a foul, and then Garland, looking at the replay, it was a clean contest right there too, in my opinion. Edwards, strong drive, going to the hoop backdoor, couldn't finish in the layup though. Allen came up with a rebound. Allen got fouled at the baseline by Edwards. So Anthony Edwards picks up his first personal foul, the first minute and a half plus right now. Vegas, what's good? Welcome back on the stream, man. Cavs have possession. Garland fires it off to Okoro. Lobs it off to Allen. Allen works his way inside the low post over Gobert, and Jared Allen gets called in the travel. A little bit of a sloppy start here for both of these teams. Back-to-back miscues, both sides of the floor. There's the reach and foul picked up, charge to Edwards, and then Minnesota once again able to force that turnover right there by Jared Allen. Traveled inside the key. Edwards thought about the follow away, gets the pass away off to Conley. Conley, top of the key, brings along a double team off to Edwards. Tough shot, fall away for the shot clock, missed off the back rim, and Dina Wade collects the defensive rebound. Up the floor, Wade, Niang, out to the top, it goes to Garland. Garland dribbles up, drives downhill, nice bounce pass and feet inside. It's a right-handed jam, soaring up by Jared Allen. 4-2 right now, the score for the Cavs. Great bounce pass down low right there by Garland. Anderson, spin move, floats the shot up over Wade, missed off the mark, no good. Allen collects the defensive rebound. Up the floor here with Garland. Garland thought about a step back, top of the key. Bounce pass off to Allen again, bounce pass. Down to the low block off to Garland, and Minnesota commits the reach and foul. So number 2 picked up now by the TWolves. It's going to be Jaden McDaniels that gets charged to, so his first personal foul tonight. Inbound for Cleveland, Garland at the wing. Lobs it off, top of the free throw circle off to Allen. Jared Allen, handoff George Niang. Outside finds Garland, shot clock's down to 2. Has the launcher here. Garland dribbles out, float to the runner. Shot clock expires. Hit off the front rim, no good. A rebound secured by Minnesota. Up the floor, here goes McDaniels. Kick out to the corner. Edwards with a 3. Off the rim, no good. Put back jams there, though, with a two-handed flush by Rudy Gobert. 4-4 now the score. Rudy able to clean it up right there. First 2 minutes plus. 3 minutes plus of action so far. Missed 3 off the front rim, no good by Wade. Deflected out of bounds off the fingertips of Allen. Jared Allen, both of his hands up in the air. He thought it was clearly out of bounds by Gobert, but the referees rolled it out. Last touch by Allen. Both of these teams struggling. 2 for 6 by Cleveland, 2 for 7 by Minnesota so far. Gobert, hand off to the wing. Edwards dribbles up, drives inside the pace, scores. Backdoor. +1 by Anthony Edwards. Gets the layup, the drop. Gets fouled as well. That's just a strong drive right there, weaving his way between Jared Allen. Isaac Okoro took it the distance to the rim. Got him right off the crossover. Got Jared Allen on the shooting foul. Eyes behind the hoop, but able to finish somehow, some way. And it's good. Free throw is made at the line. 3-point play complete by Edwards with his first 3 tonight. Garland at the elbow. Bounce pass off to Allen. Bobbled it. Loose ball. Turns it over. Rushing down the near side of the floor. Burst of speed. It's Edwards who picks it up for Minnesota. Out to the wing. McDaniels jacks up the 3. Missed off the rim. Tipped up in the air. Goes back to Okoro for the defensive rebound. Tough game for both of these teams, starting off with a 3-ball. Quarter 3, no good by Niang. Battle for the rebound. Offensive board goes right back to Okoro for Cleveland. That's a strong rebound. Garland straight away took the 3, missed off the mark, tipped up, and the rebound controlled by Edwards. Edwards going up the floor. No look pass left corner. Conley puts the ball back into the hands to Edwards. Edwards dribbles up to the elbow. Now inside the key. Elevates for the J. Takes it. And he makes it. It rattles in for 2 by Anthony Edwards. 9-4 right now. That's a tough shot right there going to the mid-range. Yeah, gonna need that one tomorrow. Right back at you right there with Garland as he knocks down the floater inside the key. This game's starting to pick up right now as we approach the 7-minute mark left to go in the first. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as we're just getting started with this one tonight. Handoff, baseline dribble. Conley flings it off to Anderson. Anderson inside the key. Turnaround, hook shot by Anderson. Connects on it. That's another difficult shot right there. Both of these teams making tough twos and making them lately. 5-point advantage for the TWolves. Garland at the top of the key, working on McDaniel. Slides it off to Wade at the wing. Baseline dribble, Niang passes off to Allen. Got him off the off fake. Allen rejected. Huge block right there by Rudy Gobert as it goes back to the T-Wolves. Here goes Edwards. He drives to the teeth of the defense, throws it down with a 2-handed flush. And a timeout taken on the floor by Cleveland. 13-6 to score. And defense translates straight to offense right there. The top team in the NBA and fewest points allowed. A rejection at the rim as Rudy Gobert denies. Jared Allen off a hook shot inside the key. And then Anthony Edwards stop and start in the dribble drive as he blew right past Dina Wade straight to the rim and dunked it down with authority. Great start here for the TWolves so far. On the road for Minnesota as they got themselves a 13-6 lead with 6:24 left to go in the first. What's good? Vernon on the street. Welcome in, man. Glad to have you back in. Quick update right now. First time out tonight on the floor. If anybody's interested out there, feel free to join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group. Once again, we'll be doing the March Madness Tournament Challenge over on the ESPN website. All are welcome to join, and it's totally free. Doesn't cost anything to do, and that link is posted in the chat, pinned to the chat as well. So whoever's interested, feel free to be a part and join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge for this year's 2024 NCAA Tournament. And my apologies out there for not covering as many college basketball games as I hoped for this year. There's just a lot of stuff going around between. I've been covering a lot of the Celtics streams this season when I've been around, and plus I've been working like a lot of hours too lately. Like usually I've been working like 55, 60, 65, 70 hours a week. So it's been a lot of stuff on my plate that I've been doing. And plus, the Saturdays are when college basketball has like the really good games and stuff. But it's been difficult for me this year to stream Saturdays because I've been announcing games for a couple other colleges on the weekends. And actually, one of the colleges that I've been announcing, I've been writing their articles for, and they're trying to see if they can get me into the business, helping out, writing like post-game recaps and being a part of like the athletics communication staff. So yeah, it's a lot of like really good experience and stuff. Like I write a lot of like the post-game articles for them, which is really, really cool. So it's like, it's late nights though. And one of the games that I wrote the post-game article for was that it was for a lacrosse game, but the people in the statistics department had the wrong statistics, so we had to go back to the video and watch like my entire play-by-play of the 2-hour game and get all the statistics right before I had an opportunity to write the post-game recap article. So by the time I got home, it was like 10 o'clock at night or so. So yeah, it's like really long nights, especially like Saturdays. Like I'll have like a game to cover, or maybe two at like 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, or like 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and then after the game at like 6 or 7, I'm writing the post-game article, and I'm out like around like 9 or 10 usually. Some of the Saturdays. This week they're on spring break, so I'm not there this week since they're on spring break and all their games are in Florida. So here we go. We get back to action right now. 13-6 the scores. Garland drove downhill to the rim. Heavy contact. Garland went down. No call by the referees as Minnesota came up with the basketball. The pass out to Edwards got intercepted as it was Caris LeVert who came up with a steal but couldn't finish at the rim off the front rim. No good. From point-blank ranges, the TWolves have it back. Edwards showing patience here. This possession goes for the turnaround over Garland. He banks it. 15-6 now for the TWolves. What's good? Clean music lover on the stream. Welcome back in. David, welcome aboard once again. Yeah, this game should be a pretty low-scoring game. These are the top two defenses in the NBA. Also, Minnesota's missing Cat. Cleveland's missing Donovan Mitchell. Corner three rains down for Cleveland. They really needed that. Minnesota with possession. Edwards sends it off to Conley. Conley dribbles up, free throw circle, floats up the runner, 15-footer, no good off the mark. And Gobert couldn't come up with a rebound. He mistimed his jump on it as it was tipped over to Cleveland for the defensive board. LeVert dribbles, attacks inside the paint. LeVert missed again from point-blank range. He's 0 for 2 from the floor from 2 feet away in a contested shot underneath. The cross-court pass, Conley, poor decision right there. Came out of nowhere, was LeVert with an interception. Moves it up the court off to Niang. Kick out to the corner, and Okoro bobbled it, turned it over. This game started to be a comedy of turnovers as of late. Edwards into the hands, Gobert. Hand off Edwards around the perimeter. Edwards tried to dribble through Allen. Allen pickpocketed him, came up with a steal. LeVert passes off to the trailer, and the layup's good. +1 by Isaac Okoro. 4-point game right now. Finally, somebody's able to score off a miscue. We saw it right there. Okoro was the trailer. Levert shoveled right over to him. Trailed downhill to the rim and got McDaniels on his second personal foul tonight in this game here. Yep, the TWolves look to hollow and bite while the Cavs look to stab and slice. So Isaac Okoro here, 1 free throw. And it's good. So they were down by 9 in the early going. They've gone on a 6-zip run right now for the Cavs, though. Jordan McLaughlin running the point currently for Minnesota. Edwards. His pass intercepted at the wing as it's Niang who came up with a steal. Up ahead off to Levert, out to the corner. Garland up fake, dribbled right past Naz Reid, straight to the cup off the baseline. Dribble scores with a layup. It's a 1-point game. And Minnesota will burn a timeout right now. 15 of 14 to score, part of an 8-zip run by Cleveland at one point. They were trailing 15-6. Now they've gone on an 8-0 run. Wow, what a response rate back from the Cavs. We've got a bunch of turnovers so far in this one. Four turnovers by Minnesota, 3 by Cleveland. Both of these teams having a lot of trouble from 3. The Cavs are 1 for 4 from the perimeter. Minnesota's 0 for 2 so far. 4 steals, though, by Cleveland. Minnesota just careless with the basketball. They're not, looking where they're passing. They're just trying to float the pass with a lot of hang time across the floor, and Cleveland just reads it perfectly and picks up the interception. 9 points by Anthony Edwards out of the 15. Everybody else with 2 or 0 right now for Minnesota. 4 points by Garland and Jared Allen. They're leading the way, and then 3 each between Niang and Okoro for those 14 total points. Wow. The Pelicans tonight are shredding the Sixers. The score there is 61 New Orleans, Philadelphia 32. That's a home game, by the way, for Philadelphia right now. The Pelicans looking solid as of late, going for win number 20 on the road tonight with a record of 37-25 overall for the Pelicans. Wizards beating the Hornets 45-38. Both of those teams at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. The Wizards are 9-53. Currently for their record. And then the Knicks up over the Magic tonight, 21-15 for New York. Hey, what's good? Charlize on the stream. Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. Drake's looking good in the Missouri Valley Conference quarterfinals. Drake's leading Evansville 43-22. The Dayton Flyers at halftime, they're losing at home against VCU 38-31. VCU's got a 7-point lead against Dayton right now. Yeah, I'm not that high in the A10. I took VCU last year over St. Mary's in the first round, and I've made a promise to myself this year I will not take a team from the A10. These A10 teams have not done so hot recently in previous tournaments. That Richmond team, that was just random from 2 years ago when Richmond, they had a bunch of seniors in their team. I think a couple super seniors from that That was 2022. They upset Iowa. Iowa won the Big Ten tournament. Iowa got a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament in 2022, and then they lost against Richmond in the first round. But yeah, recently the A10 has not done so hot right there. A lot of disappointing teams out of the A10 recently. Like, they get to the bracket and they just crumble. Jared Allen at the free throw line. He's shooting 2. First one's good. Hey, what's good, Daniel? Welcome to the streamer, man. Second free throw upcoming here by Allen to break the tie, take the lead for Cleveland. Could it, though, missed off the front rim. Jordan McLaughlin running the point right now. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, first time on the floor, number 9 for Minnesota. Out of the court with Edwards, Naz Reid, and Kyle Anderson. Top of the key with Edwards. Edwards for the shot clock. Edwards dribbles up. Step back 3 in the air over Allen. Off the back rim, misfired. A rebound secure by Cleveland. 15 all right now. LeVert brings up the floor. LeVert on the court with Niang, Garland, Allen, and Sam Merrill, number 5 for the Cavs. LeVert crossover, dribbles up. Lost it, got it back though. Handoff, 8 in the shot clock. Over to Niang. Turns the corner, drives. Kiss off the glass, scores. Up and it off the backboard. Good for 2. 17 of 15 right now. Minnesota on a 4-minute plus scoring drought as we're under 3 minutes left to go in the first. Cleveland's on an 11-0 run. And finally that scoring drought is broken. Naz Reid off the spin move, scores off the glass. Good for 2. Approaching 2.5 left to go in the first. Allen, top of the key for Cleveland. Handoff. Here's a 3. Rainbow. George Niang right down the middle. Delivers. 20-17 for the Cavs. They make another 3. George Niang up to 8 points tonight. Resty in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, crazy. During the next timeout, I'll look at the latest bracketology because I believe Lunardi and Palm updated theirs, if I'm not mistaken, on their website. So I'm going to look at that during the next timeout and so on. I'll probably get more in depth during the halftime or so. Yeah, Washington State, they got no NCAA tournament experience. I see them getting upset in the first round. Missed 3 from the corner. No good by Minnesota. Oh, fastball down low over to Karis LeVert, who ducks it down with a 2-handed flush. That's an absolute dime right there by Darius Garland with an assist. What a dime there, the pass by Garland. He was at the top of the key, just fired in a fastball straight line underneath the hoop, cutting backdoor to LeVert, who was wide open, dunked it down. Edwards slicing defenders, couldn't finish at the rim, looking for the foul call, didn't get one. Here goes Cleveland with it. Niang up fake. Niang with 8 so far. Kick to the corner. Merrill. No good. Missed the 3 off the back rim. And Anderson collects the long rebound. Anderson up the floor. Galloping off the Euro step to the rim. Lays it up and in with a right hand finish. 3-point game right now. Final minute and 20 and under left to go in the first. The 3 taken by Merrill. Drills it. Sam Merrill from Utah State sinks down the triple. It's another team to mention right there. Utah State, I don't know what I'm going to do in the bracket with them, honestly, because they've played so many close games. They just haven't been dominant against a lot of opponents this season. Jared Allen denies Naz Reid right from behind. It will stay. Minnesota basketball. Resty, XNLT, Eagle on the stream. Welcome in here, guys. If you're new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams I cover on the channel. Tomorrow night, I plan on being back covering Celtics against Suns at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Boston looking to prevent a 3rd straight loss. They've never lost 3 in a row or greater this season. 2 has been the most that they've lost in a row this season. Naz Reid gets it to go off the teardrop. Competitive first quarter so far. 2 strong defensive teams. Number 1 and number 2 in the NBA in fewest points allowed. Cleveland with possession. Handoff over to Garland. Garland at the left wing perimeter. Gave it away. It's a turnover. 3-on-1 up the floor for Minnesota as they attack inside the paint. Missed it, but they were able to get the putback there for 2 to go down up and in off the glass. Great job to stay with it for the T-Wolves as they cut it to a 2-point game, and that is T.J. Warren, former Indiana Pacer, just got the putback bucket. Under 20 seconds left to go. Baseline dribble. Caris LeVert off the pro hop. Bounce pass underneath. Powering their way inside, and it's going to be rolled to travel. Turnover committed by the Cavs. Number 30. Damian Jones commits the turnover. Yeah, Damian Jones used to play for Golden State. .8 seconds left to go. 5 turnovers by Cleveland, 4 by Minnesota this first half. Pass midcourt with Anderson. Anderson will draw the reach in committed by Dean Wade. So this brings us to 6.7 seconds left. Yeah, it should be a fun time for March Madness there. So I took Thursday and Friday off 2 weeks from now so I can cover some of the first round games. Anderson inside. No good off the turnaround. Floated up the shot. Bricked off the back rim. The 3/4 court shot by Sam Merrill came up short, and we close out. At the end of the first quarter, it's Cleveland 25, Minnesota 23. All right, so 1 quarter in the books right now. Minnesota was leading throughout most of that quarter, and then Cleveland went on a 12-zip run before Minnesota finally scored once again to surpass Minnesota, take the lead, and now it's a 2-point advantage for the Cavs. They're doing a good job with balance today. It's actually George Niang who got the nod in the starting lineup, and he leads the way. 8 points in 11 minutes for George Niang. 5 points by Jared Allen. And then 4 points with 3 assists so far tonight by Darius Garland. And then for Minnesota, 9 points by Anthony Edwards, leading all scorers. Need some more help, though, after that. Kyle Anderson with 4, Naz Reid with 4 off the bench tonight. A lot of turnovers. 5 turnovers by the Cavs, 4 by the T-Wolves. Yeah, so if you guys are doing a stream, feel free to smash that thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here for some more great play-by-play action. And also, if you're interested in being a part of the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group for the NCAA Tournament, March Madness, feel free to do so. That link is posted in the chat. All are welcome to join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group. We'll be doing the ESPN Tournament Challenge once again, so all you have to do, it's totally free, is click the link that's in the chat to be a part of the March Madness Bracket Challenge. And then if you don't have an ESPN account, just create an ESPN account. And then once you have your ESPN account, all you have to do is click Join Group for Behind the Arc Basketball. And that's where you'll be able to join the group and be a part of the March Madness Bracket Challenge for the channel. Yeah, so Washington State is a 5 seed. That's crazy. Yeah, I've just not been high on Washington State for them. Also, Utah lost against Oregon State yesterday, so that's a positive sign for Providence. Providence should be moved up a spot over Utah in the brackets now, because that's just a terrible loss right there, losing against Oregon State. And plus, Utah closes out tomorrow against Oregon, which Utah has had a lot of issues on the road this season, but Washington State as a 5. I'm going to check both brackets, see where they list them. Jerry Palms out of CBS. Yeah, he's up. He updated his at like 8 o'clock in the morning this morning for Jerry Palm. It's crazy, though, that they're a 5 even when they lost yesterday, because they took a bad loss like that they're probably going to drop quite a bit for them. Like, I'd say probably to like the 7 or the 8 line. I was never high to begin with for Oregon State to even be a 5 to begin with. That was super inflated because of those 2 wins over Arizona. They swept Arizona. I'll have to see if they're the team that lost to Cal. Because there's been so many scores that's happened this year. As we get back to action right now. Missed jumper to begin by Cleveland. Inside a key, Reed backs his way, missed off the glass right there with a turnaround as it goes back to the Cavs. So both of these teams 0 for 1 to start off in the second quarter. Floater, no good off the front rim by Jones of Cleveland. Washington State, so Jerry Palm has them more as a 7. Yeah, so that's more like it. Probably a 7 or an 8, honestly. Dropping like 2 or 3 seeds on the seed line. Getting a bad loss last night. Floater inside from Minnesota, able to connect, tied up at 25. Merrill flings it out on top of Wade. Pass off to the left wing, off to Levert. Levert dribbles up now, top of the key. Takes the 3 over Reed. Off the rim, no good. A rebound controlled by Gobert. Even game right now. Just above 10:40 left to go before halftime. Nickeil Alexander-Walker to the elbow. Kick out to the corner and away from the basketball. Referees will rule a foul here. Picked up away from the ball. Charged to Cleveland. So Washington State over in the other bracket. Joe Lunardi's got them in a nightmare matchup versus McNeese State as a 5 seed still. Yeah. And Joe Lunardi, just checking. Yeah, he updated his bracket this morning at 8:30 a.m. He updated his bracket with Washington State being a 5 seed still. Wow. Naz Reid got fouled. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line as Reid missed the first one that went around the rim and out. Second shot by Reid right down the middle. Merrill takes the 3, missed off the back rim, no good. Reid collects the defensive rebound, up the floor now to McLaughlin leading the point. Jordan McLaughlin off the pick set by Gobert. McLaughlin fires the pass, top of the key. Reid catch and fire. Rainbow delivers. Naz Reid in a strong 3 right there straight away to put the TWolves up by 4. 10 minutes left to go before halftime. Merrill slides it off. Dribble drive attack inside the paint for Cleveland going up, and he stepped out of bounds with it, so it's a turnover at the baseline. Charge to the Cavs. McLaughlin and McDaniels will both substitute. Or McLaughlin substitutes out of the game right now. McDaniels back onto the floor. He was next to the scorer's table as the inbound passer for McDaniels. McDaniels has it, dribbles up towards his left, flings it out to the corner. Back off to McDaniels from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. McDaniels double clutch inside the key, got it a drop +1. Now they're starting to get some momentum. Went in for the TWolves here. Great start from Minnesota, 8-zip run to begin quarter number 2 of action. The free throw is good. So it was Washington State that lost to Cal. So Washington State lost to California in overtime. California barely beat Pacific. They played an overtime game. Cal did with Pacific. And if you didn't follow the news yesterday, Pacific scored just 9 total points in the first half in a WCC tournament game yesterday and got demolished by Pepperdine. Nikhil Alexander-Walker turns the corner, drives, downhill to the rim. He scores up and then off the glass. Good for 2. 7-point lead for the TWolves. 9 minutes left to go before halftime. Cleveland with a possession, going to slow down tempo. Karis LeVert dribbles up at the mid-block off the up fake. LeVert over Gobert, missed off the shot. As it goes off the mark, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Cleveland. Rolled the referees. They thought it was clearly out of bounds by... Or last touch by Minnesota by the referees. Clearly, they thought it was out of bounds by Cleveland, but the referees roll it. Cleveland basketball. Inbound to Garland, back in the game. Garland slides it off to Dean Wade as he dribbles back out of the key, moves it off to Garland. 5 of the shot clock with a 7-point advantage. Garland had it swatted away out of bounds. Tough defense right there for the T-Wolves down the far side as the clock will stop with 1.6 on the shot clock. Inbound, catch and fire. Garland, fall away. Hit the front rim, no good. A rebound secure by Alexander Walker. Nikhil on the floor here for Minnesota. Nikhil off to Gobert. Lobs it off to Naz Reid. Reid at the edge of the perimeter. Reid guarded by Garland on a mismatch. Fires it out to the top two to Nikhil again. Alexander Walker dribbles up to the elbow. Takes the fall away. Turns that one no good as a hit off the front rim off the fall around Jay. Garland will slow down tempo. Defensive battle. Top 2 teams and fewest points allowed in the NBA. Jared Allen, deep 2 jumper, couldn't convert. Back and forth misses we got right now. Minnesota has the possession. Naz Reid receives it at the low block, working on Sam Merrill. Another mismatch. Kick out corner. McDaniels laces up a 3. They cannot hit a 3 tonight. Bricked it off the back rim. Right now, Minnesota just struggling for the perimeter. 1 for 7 from downtown so far this game. As Wade send it off to Merrill. Merrill, his pass deflected out of bounds down the far side. But a brick fest between these two teams from 3. 1 for 7 for Minnesota. 3 for 12 for Cleveland. Inbound here for the Cavs. Garland, dump off, attacks over to Jared Allen. Missed the wide open slam dunk as it goes right back to the T-Wolves. McDaniels looking to pass it off. Lobs it off to his teammate. It's Jones. Jones floats up the shot. Or that's TJ Warren floats up the shot. Good to go for 2 for TJ. So TJ Warren's got 6 points so far, 36-27. Garland, jumper, mid-range, connects on it. 7-point game once again, under 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Hey, there we go. That's right. So the Big East tournament for women's is already happening. Yeah, so one of the schools that I announced for D3, the men's and women's team play the same team because they travel together. But for D1, I know for the Big East, that's not the case. Like, the men's and women's team plays on, like, separate days usually from each other. 5-point game right now. Just about 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Nikhil swings it on top. Naz Reid tries a 3. Rattles in. Man, he is saving them right now. Naz Reid picking up the work on the floor, 39-31, as Naz leads the way, making both of the 3s tonight. He's got 11. Off the bench, the top scorer, Garland. His 3 comes up short. Okoro out of the pack came up with an offensive rebound, and Okoro got tripped up. He got fouled. 5:55 left to go before halftime here. It's been a close and competitive game throughout the course of this night, though. Right now, Minnesota start to pull away. Edge goes to the T-Wolves here in the second quarter. They're outscoring the Cavs 16-6 in the second quarter right now. Yeah, if you guys heard that pop sound, I have one of those water bottles that I have to take off like the cover of the cap, and it pops right back in. So it's quite a loud popper. So that just went through the microphone. But right now we're just on a timeout. If you're doing the stream, feel free to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams here on the channel. Next stream will be tomorrow night, covering Celtics versus Suns at 8:30 p.m. I'm not entirely sure for next week what I'll be doing just yet. I have to sit down and see the schedules. I got games in person on Saturday, so I probably won't be live the following Saturday. Probably not for like most Saturdays, because I've been working, helping out writing post-game articles for one of the sports teams that I've been announcing or so. So after I announce the game, I do a lot of the post-game article work, and that goes on for like a lot of hours past like the finish, when I finish my time or so. So if I have games at like 12-2 or like 1-4, by the time like the 2 o'clock game gets out, if it's like 12-2, by the time the 2 o'clock game gets out at 4 o'clock, then I have to go and write the articles for the double headers after those games. So I probably don't get out till like 8-9 o'clock, most likely, or so on Saturdays. So tomorrow's like one of the only Saturdays that I'm not sure in terms of like my nights or so for the future and stuff for like the next month. Pelicans crushing the Sixers tonight, 67-42. Wizards 6-point advantage, 56-50 over the Hornets, and the Knicks leading the Magic right now, 42-33. Couple of games have started recently. Grizzlies lead the Hawks 23-18, and the Thunder up over the Heat 19-16. Fifth straight game, Donovan Mitchell has been ruled out due to a knee injury. So not playing tonight. Karl-Anthony Towns out tonight. Going to be out probably for a while, for like a month or so for Cats. .5:55 left to go as Cleveland gets the inbound. Yang, bounce pass over to Garland. Bounce pass down low underneath to Allen, and Allen couldn't convert. And Rudy Gobert, with a good contest defensively, came up with a stop. Minnesota outscored Cleveland 16-6 in the second quarter. At the wing, Conley had some space, gave it up to Edwards, turns the corner, bounce pass Gobert, hop, Tamale couldn't handle it properly off his hands, turns it over. Garland up the floor, shovels, it's a turnover by Cleveland. Garland missed the mark of the pass to the cutting Dean Wade, and he couldn't receive it properly. This has been a comedy of turnovers so far tonight. 5 by the TWolves, 7 by the Cavs. Inside, a lob underneath Gobert. Couldn't finish at the rim as Allen came up with a block. Up the floor to the corner. Okoro saves it into the hands to Wade. Outside, top of the key. Garland open. Jacks up the 3. He drills it. 39-34. 5-point game right now. That's a massive 3 right there by Garland. Minnesota slows it down. Garland's got 9. Gobert inside the key. Couldn't finish. As he was going up, got blocked by Allen. Garland attacks inside the paint, runs, step right past Kyle Anderson, straight to the cup, scores up and in off the glass. Here comes the Cavs. Darius Garland's starting a run right now for Cleveland, 3-point game. Under 4.5 left to go before halftime, top of the key. Anderson drives with the left hand, no good. Offensive rebound, Gobert had it blocked, not cleanly though. And this will be a blocking foul assessed to Cleveland. So 2 free throws coming up here at the line by Gobert. A couple missed opportunities lately by Gobert at the rim. Jarrett Allen coming up tough defensively. A couple stops here defensively, but right there Jarrett Allen came up with a shooting foul. So Rudy Gobert at the free throw line. 2 shots. First one missed off the rim short. The crazy part about this is that it's been 4 years since Rudy Gobert basically was the start of sports all being canceled due to the pandemic 4 years ago. Around this time that happened. Just crazy how time just flies directly right by. Missed floater by Garland. Got it back underneath though. Garland circles around and lost it. Turnover at the wing. Anderson, his pass deflected, went right to Conley though, as he was able to pass it underneath over to McDaniels, wide open. Ducks it down with a two-handed flush. 42-36. McDaniels off the slam dunk opens up the door for a Minnesota 6-point lead. Under 3:45 left to go before halftime. Garland swings it out to the wing. George Niang on the outside, guarded by Anderson, and Anderson committed the reach-in foul. Inbound Cleveland. Okoro back on the floor. It's Okoro, Garland, Allen, Niang. And the jumper is good by Garland. He keeps on adding to it. Deep 2. Drills it. 5th player on the floor for the Cavs is Damian Jones. Garland's got 9 this quarter, 13 total in this game. And Minnesota commits an offensive foul. Pushing off the dribble drive. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. Picks up the turnover there. So 4-point lead. Chance here for the Cavs to cut it, which they do. Garland keeps on continuing. 2-point game right now. And Darius Garland really upping it right here in the second quarter. Top of the key with Edwards. Edwards been silent lately. Look at the get go, and Edwards does just that. Dribble drive, backdoor, scores the layup. 4-point lead for the TWolves. It's going to be Darius Garland going up against Anthony Edwards here in the second half, dueling out point for point against each other. LeVert attacks inside. LeVert bounce past the corner, deflected out of bounds. Looks like we're going to take a timeout on the floor as well. So 44-40 to score with under 3 minutes left to go before halftime here. This is a close one. Two of the top defenses in the league going at it right now in this game as we get a 4-point advantage. Minnesota on top. Yeah, Edwards, as of late, he's been silent. Got out to a great start. He's up to 11 points for Edwards. Naz Reid with 11 as well right now. Tied for the top scorer to game 4. The T-Wolves 15 leading the way is Darius Garland for Cleveland. But other than that, 8 points by George Niang. Everybody else with 5 or fewer currently for the Cavs. Alright, so if you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Right now, we're just on a timeout currently. Right now, if you haven't already voted in the poll, feel free to do so if you guys would like. Really good college hoops games tomorrow. Number 14 Kansas on the road at number 1 Houston, and then Duke versus UNC taking place tomorrow night too. A lot of great games tomorrow. Kind of odd to see Kansas right now ranked at number 14 in the nation. They came into the season as a preseason top 3 team for Kansas this year. 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in NBA history for Rudy Gobert, looking to make it 4, which would be tied with Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo at the top of the NBA. 53% field goal percentage allowed at the rim this season by Gobert's defense. And we get back to action right now as Cleveland spots up and sinks the 3 to draw with a 1. That's Isaac Okoro coming back from the timeout, just made the 3. What's good behind your arc fan? Welcome back in the stream here, man. Edwards accelerates, puts the shot up, and Edwards contacted by Okoro and gets fouled. So 2 free throws coming up here at the line for Anthony Edwards. Edwards with 11. Naz Reid's got 11 as well. Both the top 2 scores tonight for the TWolves. First one's good. This game's been close and competitive throughout. It's been a lot of runs that's happened so far. Choppy game between the turnovers. A lot of turnovers. A bunch of steals. 26-22 points in the paint currently in favor of Minnesota so far. Minnesota having a lot of difficulty from 3, just 2 for 8 from the perimeter. Cleveland as well, just 5 for 15 so far from the outside. Top of the key, LeVert. Bounce pass over to Garland. Garland attacks with a straight line dribble drive right down the middle of the defense, and he scores with an open layup. 46-45. There was a clearance of the pathway right there. Straight line for Garland to make the layup. Yep, so that's correct. This weekend we got the clocks for daylight savings time that begins. So the clock's going forward for an hour upcoming. So yeah, it's going to be losing an hour of sleep for us this time of year. George Niang just airballed a 3 as it sails out of bounds. One-point lead for the TWolves. 1.5 left to go before halftime. Floater inside the key. Missed off the glass too strong. Naz Reid, though he stumbled, got contacted on the shooting motion, and he was fouled by George Niang. George Niang looking for a clarification about that call right there. Naz Reid will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 for the Timberwolves. First free throw, right down the middle. Yeah, that final 1 seed. Yeah, this is like, this is actually a good year for the top 3 1 seeds between Houston, UConn, and Purdue. Like, all 3 of those 1 seeds are battling it out for a region, so this is very rare that we don't have the 1 seeds, like the overall 1, 2, and 3, like, disputed this year, because all of them have regions that they're close by to that they're going to get sent to, and then it's that final 1 seed that's been the question right now. Who's going to get that final 1 seed? Swoosh! That's a made three from the quarter by Caris LeVert. We're tied up at 48 apiece right now. Minnesota before that made the free throw by Reed. At the wing with Anderson. Anderson in the final minute left to go before halftime. Off to Conley. Conley accelerates inside. Has an opening. Flings it up with a left hand. He scores up and in. Off the backboard for two. 2-point game right now. The Cavs with a possession. LeVert moves it off to Niang. Open space. Fires the three. Zips it in for the three ball. Back and forth in the final. 40 seconds and under currently. Dennis, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, we'll see what happens when tournament time shows up for Purdue. Inside, downhill, Edwards had it blocked. Clean block by the Cavs here as Cleveland came into the game as a 1.5-point favorite tonight. No Donovan Mitchell for Cleveland. No Karl-Anthony Towns for Minnesota. Edge of the midcourt logo with LeVert. Caris LeVert guarded 101 by McDaniels. LeVert looking to pass it off. Shot clock's down to 5. Gets it out to Allen. Allen dribble drive inside, and he gets blocked to the bounce by Naz Reid. Reed comes up, rejects the shot of Jared Allen as we're down to 8 seconds left to go. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Yeah, Mr. Top's been doing pretty well. Dennis with a membership. Let's get that member hype out here for Dennis in the chat. Inbound coming up underneath for Cleveland. Allen sends it outside off to LeVert. LeVert jacks up a three. He delivers. Caris LeVert right down the middle. 4-point lead. 4 seconds left to go. Edwards, jumper, midcourt. It's up. A little bit too strong off the backboard. We close out at the end of the first half. 54 Cleveland, 50 Minnesota, and Cleveland coming in strong into halftime as they trailed on a 16-6 start to begin this second quarter of action, and they outscore Minnesota down the stretch of this game after they were trailing 16-6. They outscored them 23-11 to close it out and take the first half of action here in the second quarter and lead by 4 entering halftime, 54-50. Good game tonight. Yeah, both of these teams excellent defenses, and it's showing so far. A lot of shots getting altered or blocked at the rim. Yeah, just Purdue is, when it's come down to the NCAA tournament, they always struggle. Everything resets in the NCAA tournament. Yeah, it's ridiculous for Gonzaga. They were ranked, so before they beat St. Mary's, they were ranked at 23 in the nation. It's unheard of that you have a ranked team that doesn't make it in the NCAA tournament. I think it's only happened once, potentially, or the last time I remember was SMU. I believe it was in 2014 when SMU was ranked at the back of the top 25 and they didn't receive a bid into the NCAA tournament that year. But yeah, it's crazy. Gonzaga is getting so much better from where they were at one point this season, and they beat Kentucky at Rupp like they're automatically in because they had that road win over St. Mary's. But still, I thought they should have been solidly in the bracket even with that road win at Rupp, because Kentucky, I don't know, honestly, they're the toughest team to judge for me, determining on where they could be for Kentucky, because they could get knocked out in the first round, or they could honestly win the national championship. Like the ceiling is so high for that team if they all come together, because they got the most explosive offense out of anybody in the nation. It's just the defense has really struggled for Kentucky. Yeah, I feel like they could get some favorable matchups where they're just blowing the teams out or so. Like if they get that Samford team out of the Southern Conference, I think they're just going to blow the doors off that team, because Samford doesn't have any defense. That's going to be a track meet. Kentucky's probably going to put up 120 on that team and beat them 120-75 or something in that game. Yeah, Indiana State might miss out too. Indiana State's projected as an 11. There's some really good mid-majors this year, like McNeese State, Indiana State, Appalachian State, and James Madison are both in the same conference. It's unfortunate one of those teams is going to miss out on the NCAA tournaments. It's just so unfortunate. James Madison only has 3 losses, and they beat Michigan State in the opener. And then Appalachian State swept James Madison in the regular season, and App State beat Auburn this season. So that Sun Belt Conference, I mean, a team from that conference could really do damage in March Madness. Princeton out of the Ivy. Princeton has just 3 losses this season. Princeton, I believe, is top 10 in defense and top 10 in offense this year for them. There's some really, really good mid-majors out there. By the way, just one top 25 team playing tonight. The Dayton Flyers have come all the way back. They're leading VCU right now, 64-62. Yeah, Kansas has been really weird this year. They lost against UCF. UCF lost against somebody in the non-conference slate. I'm trying to remember who it was. I'm going to have to get up who it was. It was... Yeah, Memphis, if they somehow make it in, I don't think they will. They're going to have to win their conference to do so. If Memphis somehow makes it in, they are just so tough to predict because that team is super erratic. Like, last Sunday, they were down by 22 points against UAB. They came back and they scored over 100 and won that game. Okay, so UCF lost against... Stetson, that's who it is. Stetson might make the tournament. They're in their conference championship game for Stetson. They beat Jacksonville in the buzzer beater yesterday? Yeah, they beat Jacksonville in the buzzer beater yesterday. So it's Stetson against Austin P in the conference tournament championship tomorrow for the Atlantic Sun. That's the first conference tournament championship that there is. The A-Sun, Stetson, record of 21-12, who Stetson already has a Power 5 win against UCF, is taking on Austin P. What's good, Bradley in the street? Welcome back in, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Quick update for you guys. If you haven't already done so, feel free to join the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group for the March Madness Tournament Challenge. Once again, that link is posted in the chats. So feel free to do so. All you have to do is create an ESPN account. Click on the link, create an ESPN account if you don't have one, and then just click Join Group for Behind Your Basketball group to be a part of the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge once again for this year's March Madness. Yeah, so Stetson, if they win their conference tournament tomorrow, they have already a win over UCF, which is a Power 5, which UCF beat Kansas. They have a couple other upset wins in there. And then they only lost by 8 against Cincinnati. Somehow they lost by 23 against Chicago State for some reason, which Northwestern also lost against Chicago State as well. Should all Big 12 teams, excluding West Virginia, Oklahoma State, UCF, Kansas State, and Cincinnati, make the tournament? Yes, I'll say yes to that, I believe. I'm just going to double check on that, but I believe all those should be able to. Just going to see if there's one that I'm missing out on. Yeah, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, UCF, Cincinnati, Kansas State. Yeah, so the rest of the Big 12 is going to make the NCAA tournament. Oklahoma and Texas, both of those teams are going to be in. Oklahoma's only 2-7 against AP top 25 teams this season, but they lost the buzzer against Houston for them, the top team. So, yeah, Oklahoma's going to make it in. They've tailspinned from like 3 months ago for them, though. They were a top 12 team in December for Oklahoma, and then they played North Carolina in the ACC Big 12 Challenge game, lost that game, and then after that they just spiraled downwards for Oklahoma. I think the most intriguing thing is going to be projecting the Big East, because you have a bunch of teams just stacked around the bubble for the Big East, that some of those teams are probably going to miss. Some of those teams are going to be in. Yeah, I was talking to somebody today about Villanova. He actually went to Villanova and then moved to my area, and I work with him at work. He moved from Pennsylvania to the Massachusetts area, and yeah, he doesn't think Villanova is going to make it in. 13 losses for them right now. That it's just those 13 losses. That's the thing. Like, it's very tough to make the NCAA tournament when you have 14 losses. So that's going to be difficult right there for Villanova, I feel like. And then they have some really good wins, but it's just been weighted down by terrible losses because they lost against Penn, they lost against St. Joseph's, and then Drexel. It's those 3 losses back in like the non-conference slate that hurt them a ton. But yeah, UConn, Creighton, Marquette, top 3 in the conference. Big East is stacked. And then in the middle, you got Seton Hall, St. John's, Villanova, Providence. Those 4 teams are battling for spots in the tournament. Butler's looking like they're out for Butler. They're 18-13, so they're gonna be out of the bracket. They'd have to win. Villanova's 17-13. St. John's, all you have to do tomorrow is win. You're probably in for St. John's. I mean, the analytics websites have really liked what St. John's is doing for them. So that's key right there. So St. John's is probably in. Seton Hall should be in for them. They went 12-7 in Big 12 conference play. That's better than St. John's, Villanova, and Providence at 10-9. And then they're 19-11 overall. They also have a win over UConn, and they were losing games when Kadari Richmond was out, their top player. So Seton Hall should be in the bracket. The question is St. John's, Providence, Villanova, those 3. Those are all question marks whether they're going to be in the bracket. And all you have to do, just don't lose against DePaul, don't lose against Georgetown, don't lose against Butler, don't lose against Xavier. And then if you get matched up with those teams in the Big East tournament, you cannot lose there. You're done yourself. You're to the NIT. And then, I mean, there's probably going to be an elimination game in the Big East tournament between those, like, 2 of those teams against each other. How the brackets will stand out or so. Like, whether it will be Villanova versus St. John's in an elimination game, or Providence versus St. John's, Providence versus Villanova Part 3, which that's worrisome for Providence. Bad matchup for them. They get swept against Villanova this season. So yeah, there's a lot of sorting out to do right now. And also the Pac-12 is interesting too. You got Colorado, you got Utah. I'm saying both of those teams are going to miss out. The Pac-12 has just been super weak this year for that conference. I think realistically you're only going to get 2 bids. Utah had a terrible loss yesterday against Oregon State. Somehow they're still considered, and they're 18-12 overall, 9-10 in the Pac-12, which makes no sense. And then Colorado, which is better. Colorado should be considered right now. They're 12-7 in the Pac-12, 21-9 overall. They've won 5 in a row for Colorado, so Colorado is probably going to be the 3rd team in. The issue is they're just 3-7 on the road. They just can't win road games for Colorado. They're 16-1 at home, which their home court's so favorable because it's well above sea level for Colorado. So that's going to be an interesting case right there, but I think it's going to be enough to take them into the tournament. Utah, they're on the opposite side. Yeah, K-State, so they're 7-10, 17-13. See, I hate that number 13 because I feel like the teams that have gotten into the NCAA tournament have had 12 losses or less. And once you get to 13, it's starting to become too much. Yeah, so I don't know about K-State for them, honestly. They're just 2-8 on the road too, so that's very worrisome for them. So I don't know if that's going to be enough to make it in. I don't believe so because let's see, Jerry Palm and Joe Lunardi. I'm just going to see where they put K-State Yeah, they don't even have K-State listed in their first 4 out or next 4 out. So Kansas State isn't even listed. Wow. Yeah, things going pretty well for me. It's been a lot lately for me. A lot of stuff to catch up on. Yesterday I was catching up on my health insurance. My employer switched the health insurance plan, so I'm on a different health insurance plan now, covered under my employer. Yeah, Kansas State, I don't think they're going to make it in. They've only won 3 games since January 24th. 4-7-9. They're just 3-9 in the last 12 games for K-State. After they started off 14-5, they're now 17-13 for them. They beat Kansas, which Kansas has dropped. At the time when they beat Kansas, they were ranked at number 4. Kansas has dropped to 14 right now. Something seems very off with Kansas this year. And I'm looking at the Big 12 resumes and stuff like that. Like, people are hyping up the Big 12 this year, the best conference in America. These Big 12 teams have had some pretty bad losses, too, in the non-conference league. I think a lot of the Big 12 teams have been hyped up much more than what they deserve, in my opinion. I'm looking at teams like BYU over in, like the top middle of the Big 12. Like, I'm not so high on some of these Big 12 teams. I think there's a grouping of Big 12 teams that could potentially lose in the first round, honestly. I don't think the Big 12 is as strong as it was in the past. Texas Tech lost against Butler. Yeah. So I think the Big 12 is hyped up a little bit more than what it should be. Yeah, good question. I think it all depends on what Tennessee does first. I think Tennessee is going to be the Final 4 seed right now. Should go to Tennessee. Yeah, I think Duke's probably going to be a high-end 3, a low-end 2 if they win over UNC tomorrow. Yeah, Colorado, that was a huge win for them, so they stay in the bracket for Colorado. Here we go, about to start the third quarter of action. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and here we go as we are underway now. Quarter number 3, right to left on the floor for Cleveland as they have the first position to begin the third. George Niang on the floor with Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Jared Allen, and Dean Wade. Top of the key, Garland. Garland dribbles up inside. Pass over to Allen. Floats up the shot. Missed off the rim. No good. Gobert collects the defensive rebound. Now the first possession for Minnesota to start off the second half, going left to right on the floor. Conley at the top. Conley on the floor with McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and Kyle Anderson. Anderson at the low block, guarded by Garland. Backs his way on him. Anderson float to the shot, connects on it, and gets fouled by Garland as well, as he'll have one covered up in a charity stripe. Garland wondering about the foul call right there, but Kyle Anderson able to score, just backs his way in the smaller Darius Garland at the low block, leans in and got the contact and one. Yeah, it should be a fun one tomorrow. Welcome in Daniel on the stream. So I plan on being back tomorrow for Celtics versus Suns to cover that stream, so feel free to join in if you guys would like tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Free throw misfired off the front rim by Anderson. Niang attacks inside the paint. Niang with a layup, drops it in off the glass as he scores for 2. 56-52 right now. Final minute of action in the third quarter as we get past that point. Conley, crossover at the top. Conley dribbles up low block, flings it off to Gobert. Double teamed inside the key. Kick out left corner. It's a 3. It's good. Jaden McDaniels buries one from downtown. 1 point game right now. Cleveland with the ball at the wing. Niang moves it off to Allen. Allen drives inside on Gobert. Flings it out right corner off to Okoro. Okoro jab step. Baseline dribble right on Conley. No good. Blocked off the backboard by Gobert. Though we got a late whistle on this shot. And it's going to be goaltend or not. They haven't put a bucket here on the board. No, it will not. It's going to be a shooting foul picked up by Rudy Gobert. Wow. That was an extremely late whistle. That looked like it was a clean block right there by Rudy. So 2 free throws coming up at the line by Isaac Okoro right now for Cleveland, and he missed the first one. 8 for 11 by Minnesota tonight at the free throw line. Cleveland is now 3 for 5 currently tonight. Second shot by Okoro right down the middle. 2-point game. Going to be a battle to the finish tonight. Top 2 teams in the NBA. Cleveland came in as a 1.5-point favorite on the line. They lost the last game against Atlanta. Won the previous one even though they were trailing by 22. Came against the Celtics. Won that game on Tuesday in a wild comeback. Edwards receives it and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Short up for Anthony Edwards. Tie game. Teared it down off the roof shack with authority by AE. We take a look at this replay. Anderson off the baseline drive. Anderson shoveled a pass off to Edwards. Edwards tore it down with a 2-handed flush. They called Edwards in a technical foul for hanging on the rim way too long. So this is part of a new rule in the NBA this season. Technical when you hang on the rim for too long. Oh, no, it wasn't on the hang. So he was fine. He didn't hang on for too long. He was called for taunting right there on the technical by Edwards. So he came down. He had something to say after the play was over. After he finished the dunk, he was next to Jared Allen and stared him down, said something. So that's why he was assessed on a technical. Missed shot at the rim by Allen. And it goes back to Minnesota here as Gobert came out with a rebound. Edwards looking to take over. Edwards backs his way. Edwards moves it off to McDaniels. McDaniels turns the corner, drives, low block, fall away, puts in a shot. He scores up and in. It is through for the bucket. It's now 59-58. It's the other way around. Cleveland made the free throw, so it's a 1-point advantage here for Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels got the last bucket. He is now up to 12 points currently behind Edwards, the top scorer with 15. 13 points as well from the bench by Nasri Niang. Missed the 3, came up rim short as Minnesota collects the defensive rebound. Under 9.5 left to go here in the third. Minnesota controlling possession. Edwards receives the handoff from Gobert. Gobert rolls down to Edwards, dribbles up, low block, flings it outside McDaniels. He's got 12, looking to add to it. McDaniels, jumper, low block, missed off the mark, tipped up, and the rebound controlled by Jared Allen for Cleveland. 1-point game. Garland, dump off underneath. Allen draws the contact, and 2 coming up the line for Jared Allen. Good offense right there, pushing it in transition for Cleveland. It's going to be charged to Anthony Edwards from behind. So Edwards now picks up his second personal foul tonight. Jared Allen, 2 shots on the free throw line. First one's good. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you guys would like to come on back for future live streams, make sure to ring that notification bell as well. Free throw number 2 is good. Wow. Thanks for the update there behind the arc fan. Wow. So Dayton going into overtime with VCU. Yeah, Dayton I'm not too high upon. I think whoever gets in out of the A10 is going to be a first round exit, in my opinion, no matter the seed. I'm not too impressed with Dayton recently. They were as high as a 3 or a 4 seed for them. They've spiraled backwards. I believe they're drawing around a 6 or a 7 as of late, and that's a shot clock violation. Gobert couldn't put up the first shot as it came up short. The second shot was not in time, and just a mental mistake right here by Rudy. As we see McDaniels off to Rudy, got him off the up fake, and that is terrible. Rudy Gobert up fake Jared Allen, and he missed it from point blank range. Looking like he's playing on a little Tykes kitty hoop with his size out there on the floor. And he couldn't put it through with the easiest of shots from 2 feet away. Yikes. 60-59. This should be a Minnesota 1-point lead right now, except he airballed a 2-foot shot. I did not think that was possible until I saw that right there. Garland, bounce pass, stole away inside the key by Edwards. They got numbers, 3-on-2 up the floor. Edwards attacks inside, Euro step, stripped out of bounds. It was last touched by Cleveland. We got a man down. The Cavs with a player seriously hurt on the floor, grabbing his left knee. It is George Niang right now as he is down, hurt on the play. Slow to get up, helped out to his feet for Niang, and he is hobbled right now. Let's see, Edwards off the Euro step. Niang tried to tie him up, and then Niang pulled something on his knee as he was backing up in transition defense. Yeah, he pulled something there. Held grabbing his kneecap as he went down to the ground. Niang is still out there on the floor right now. So this will be 2 free throws at the line for Anthony Edwards. First one is good. So the referees rolled it. A foul picked up charge to George Niang on the last play. Niang tried to tie up Edwards. Edwards went into a shot motion, according to the referees, and a layup attempt off the Euro step and got fouled. And the second free throw is good. 61-60. Just above 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Edwards with 17, currently perfect, 5 for 5 at the free throw line. Niang still out there. Niang a little bit hobbled, but still on the floor right now. Jared Allen, top of the key, butts the ball into the hands to Garland. Kick out, corner. Niang, side step to his left. Didn't affect that shot right there as he buries the triple. 63-61. George Niang up to 16 in the starting 5 tonight. 4 for 7 from the perimeter. Bounce pass underneath Anderson. Pass behind his back. Try to set up Gobert. Got deflected to the defense, and the turnover committed once again for the TWolves. Okoro shovels off to Allen. Powers his way inside. Baby hook over. Gobert no good around the rim and outs. Up the floor now with Conley. Mike Conley, top of the key. Drives past Garland. Second level. Right to the cup. He scores with a right-handed layup. Big time layup right there by Mike Conley. We're tied up at 63. 7:15 left to go. Third quarter, Okoro backs his way inside the key. Okoro bouncing bodies over Conley, puts it up, no good. Tipped off the mark. Offensive rebound, Okoro. Floater came up short as well. Gobert with a defensive rebound, and Gobert gets fouled in the backcourt charge to Okoro. A lot going on right there. We're down to 7:04 left to play. What a game tonight between these two teams. Both of these teams playing their hearts out right now on the floor. 63 even. Naz Reid with 13 off the bench. McDaniels is 12. The top scorer is Anthony Edwards with 17 in this game for Minnesota. Darius Garland leads the way tonight. 18 points for Cleveland. 16 by Niang. 10 points by Karis LeVert. Off the bench. Low block hook shot. Soars up, and that one is able to hit bottom for 2 by Kyle Anderson. 2-point advantage for the TWolves. Top of the key, LeVert moves it out to the wing into the hands to Garland. Garland guarded by Edwards, 1-on-1. Creates space off the screen set by Allen. Garland's 3 missed around the rim and out. Gobert collected the defensive rebound. Up the floor here with Anderson. Anderson on the court with Gobert. Conley, Edwards, and McDaniels, no good. Layup too strong off the glass by Anderson. Garland circles around the key. Garland, his pass gets deflected out of bounds. 6:11 left to play. We will take a timeout on the floor as well. Down to 6:11 left to go in the third quarter. In a defensive battle tonight. Minnesota 65, Cleveland 63. Big time matchup here. Number 1 in the West. Best record in road games this season. Winning 21 road games. Taking on Cleveland, number 3 in the East. If anybody's interested, feel free to join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge. We'll be doing the ESPN Tournament Challenge group once again. All you have to do, it's totally free. Click the link, create an ESPN account if you haven't already done so, and then click Join Group to be a part of the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge for the 2024 NCAA Tournament. Overtime between Dayton and VCU. VCU leads 77-75 on the road at Dayton tonight. Pelicans up over the Sixers, 92-80. This game was well out of reach early on. The Pelicans led 36-15 at the end of the first quarter. Wizards lead the Hornets right now, 95-88. Knicks up over the Magic. Comfortable lead for New York tonight, 74-52. Hawks and Grizzlies going to halftime tied at 46, and the Heat with a 10-point lead over the Thunder, 57-47. That's good news for Minnesota. Minnesota entered tonight's game a half game ahead of OKC at the top of the Western Conference. Excellent game between these two teams going down here tonight. Two-point advantage for Minnesota, 65-63 with 6:11 left to go in action of the third quarter. Cleveland will get the inbound underneath. Goes out to the corner to Garland. Garland turns the corner. He drives. Blocked by Edwards. Minnesota has it in transition back from the timeout. Edwards at the top. Fires the pass off to McDaniels with space. Kicks out to the corner. Three on its way. No good. Off the mark. Missed by Alexander Walker. Offensive rebound back to Goberto. Top of the key, Edwards. Towards his left at the wing. Into the hands to Alexander Walker. Back over to Edwards. Dribbles up. Free throw circle. Kick. Corner. And Edwards gets called in a double dribble. It will be a turnover for the TWolves. Actually, they're going to get him on the shove before. That's going to be an offensive foul. Charge to Edwards. That's now his third personal foul tonight by Edwards. 2-point lead for the T-Wolves. Cleveland just 20% shooting in the third quarter. Make it below 20% as LeVert's deep two jumper came up short. Up the floor now, McDaniels. Kick out corner. Naz Reid with a three. Rips it through as it hits bottom on the triple. 5-point advantage for the T-Wolves, approaching the 5-minute mark left to go in the third. Garland at the right corner perimeter. He's guarded by Reed one-on-one. Step back three in the air. Rainbow. Swoosh. Darius Garland sizzles the triple. 2-point game. Trading threes currently. It's been tough to make these threes tonight. Garland up to 21. Makes his second triple of the game. They are 10 for 24 from the perimeter after a really slow start for Cleveland from three. They've really turned it up lately. Minnesota's had a tough time tonight, just 4 for 12 from the outside, yet they have a 2-point lead. Turnaround shot misfired. Dean Wade checks back into the game. Wade's been silent tonight, though. No points by Wade in 20 minutes, going 0 for 2 from the floor. Garland has it in the backcourt, crosses the midcourt logo. Garland's on the floor with Damian Jones, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade. The pick gets set by Jones. Jones rolls down. LeVert fires it out to the top to Garland. Garland working on one defender being McDaniels. Shot clock's down to 4. Garland accelerates inside. Garland goes to the rim, crashing down hard, and he gets fouled. They'll be charged to McDaniels, who picks up the personal. 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line for Darius Garland. First free throw is good. Been an incredible game tonight between these two teams. Back and forth, back and forth. Been a lot of runs throughout the course of tonight's game. Garland's got 22. That's the top scorer currently tonight right now as he makes the second free throw and make it 23 at the free throw line for Darius Garland. Leading the way for Minnesota's Anthony Edwards with 17. 4:18 left to go. I'm going to have the mop crew clean up a spot right here on the floor. And now Minnesota gets the inbound. They touch it in the backcourt, cross the midcourt logo with 4:15 left to go on the clock. Edwards accelerates inside to the rim, blocked by Allen. That's Damian Jones, actually, from the side, number 30, who came up with a block. LeVert attacks inside the paint. LeVert at the rim finishes as he turns the corner, absorbed the contact, and he'll shoot one coming up at the free throw line. Karis LeVert off the strong drive as the Cavs take the lead. Let's see, LeVert drives right past Ward, gets the second line defense support with Naz Reid. Naz Reid, the one who picks up the shooting foul. $12 points now by Karis LeVert tonight. The free throw, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. 10 for 13, 77% tonight by Minnesota. Cleveland's missed 3 free throws as well. 8 for 11, 73% at the free throw line. Naz Reid jacks up the 3. That's his sweet spot today, and he hits it. Naz Reid, bang, bang, rips down another 3 from downtown. 71-70. 3:40 left to go. The pass off the roll down. Jones got stripped. Damian Jones got it back. Jones underneath, altered by Naz Reid. Naz Reid pushing tempo up the floor quickly. Naz Reid splitting defenders, taking it the distance as he gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up. A burst of speed by Naz Reid. Yeah, keep on winning if you're the Dayton Flyers. 85-80, 15 seconds left. I know there's another team that could potentially get upset in the bracket. There's a lot of them this year. They keep on winning close games, but when the tournament comes, you're not going to be able to rely on winning close games in overtime on your home floor to outlast your opponent to win these games. First free throw is good by Naz Reid. Naz Reid, 4 for 5 from 3. The rest of the team is 1 for 8 tonight. Finding his stroke from the perimeter, finding his stroke at the free throw line too as he buries both of them. 3-point lead for Minnesota in the back and forth third quarter. Crossing midcourt with Karis LeVert. LeVert has it now at the top of the key, sends it off to Merrill. Sam Merrill from Utah State on the floor right now currently. Merrill puts the ball into the hands of Dean Wade, yet to score tonight. He had 20 in the fourth quarter alone against the Celtics on Tuesday. Inside, LeVert drives past number 24, TJ Ward, as he's able to get the layup to drop, or no, they will not count the buckets. So this will be 2 coming up at the free throw line. Inside a bonus now with Karis LeVert. .307 left to go. 2 free throws. Got the first one. 73-71. Tomorrow night, Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Celtics on the road at the Suns. Feel free to join in. I plan on being back on the call tomorrow night, so if you guys would like to join back in tomorrow night, feel free to do so for a good matchup between Boston at Phoenix. Timeout on the floor here by Minnesota. 73-72, a 1-point advantage for the TWolves now. Naz Reid keeping his team right in it, generating bench points, 21 of those. The top scorer of the team for Naz Reid, 17 by Anthony Edwards, 12 points by Jaden McDaniels. Rudy Gobert just 3 points tonight, but has 12 total rebounds. And then Cleveland putting 3 players in double figures, 23 by Garland, 16 by Niang, 14 by LeVert. Since we're on this timeout, if you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you'd like to be notified for future live streams I cover in the channel. I cover basketball action here, play-by-play, NBA streams, also college hoops as well. And if you're interested in joining the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group for March Madness, feel free to do so. That link is posted in the chat. It's available and free to everybody out there. All are welcome to join in, so feel free to join the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group for the 2024 NCAA tournament. Should be a fun time upcoming for the March Madness tournament. Four seconds left to go. The Dayton Flyers leading VCU 88-86 currently. NBA scores tonight. Here come the Sixers. The Pelicans were up at the end of the first quarter, 36-15, as they had a humongous lead, but the Sixers outscoring the Pelicans 31-14 in the fourth quarter. It's only a 6-point game. Pelicans lead with 1:11 left to go, 98-92 over Philadelphia. The Knicks are blowing out the Magic tonight, 80-54 New York, down to the final 11 minutes left to go in the fourth there. A lot of low-scoring games tonight across the league. The Hawks leading the Grizzlies 53-48, and the Heat lead the Thunder 57-49. Well, this was expected for the score tonight between these two teams right now in the 70s, late stage of the third quarter, because it's the number 1 and number 2 defenses and fewest points allowed playing each other tonight in this game. And both of these teams have had some issues from three, though Cleveland as of late have turned it up from the perimeter. The Cavs, after a slow start from three, have got it going lately. They're 41% from three at 10 for 24 from the perimeter. Their issue has been the turnovers. They've turned it over 9 times tonight for Cleveland, but also Minnesota's turned it over 8 times in this game, but they've had a lot of trouble from three. Just 5 made threes this entire game, yet their perimeter percentage is not that bad at 38.5%. They're going to the paint consistently tonight for the TWolves. They're just 5 for 15 from three. They're lucky that Naz Reid has made 4 out of the 5 threes tonight, or this would be a really tough result in this case if he was not making his threes tonight. But Minnesota plus 4 points in the paint, 32-28. And the TWolves plus 4 in the glass as well, 31-27, leading that number right now. Yeah, these games are definitely going under tonight. So hopefully, for those who put wagers on these games, hopefully you took the unders tonight for these games. Down to 3 minutes left to go. Edwards passes down low. It goes out to the top. Reid, open three, no good that time. Looking for 3-point make number 5. It was halfway down, around and out, no good though. Merrill at the wing, back out to LeVert. LeVert guarded by Reid. At the right wing perimeter, dribbles up, drives inside the key to the rim. Couldn't finish, but he got fouled. And this will be 2 coming up with a free throw line with 2:31 left to go. This game could very well come down to free throws. The Cavs have the 13th hardest schedule in the NBA. 8 at home, 11 on the road. 12 out of the last 19 teams in their schedule are currently with a record of 500 or above for Cleveland right now at the moment. I mean, that's I was wondering what they had for the schedule because somebody asked me last week. I was reading out some of the teams that they had, but I didn't go into in depth with it, but I saw that they had some difficult teams in their schedule. So Wow, they got, one of the tougher schedules in the league to wrap things up. 2.5 left to go. LeVert makes 1 out of 2 at the line. We're tied at 73 even underneath. Edwards, he scores the layup going backdoor to the hoop. Up to 19 by Edwards, right behind the leading scorer for Minnesota. Naz Reid with 21 via the bench. Allen around the perimeter. Allen passes backdoor. LeVert double team. Now guarded by Edwards, 101. At the low block, shovels underneath Allen. Allen draws the contact by Reid and the foul. So 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line with Jared Allen. Naz Reid talking to the official, unhappy about the call. First shot's good. The point spread for this game was Cleveland by 1.5 points. And this is certainly getting to be very close tonight. Tie game once again. Under 2 minutes left to play, third quarter. Pass midcourt with McLaughlin. Jordan McLaughlin at the top of the key from Minnesota. Crossover gets bumped into by Merrill, and Merrill picks up the reach-in foul. And they're in a bonus, so that's a bad foul committed off the reach-in. So this is 2 free throws at the line here for Jordan McLaughlin. The first one is good. Second free throw right down the middle. Could very well come down to made free throws in this game tonight. Minnesota 14 for 17, 13 for 17 for the Cavs. Top of the key, LeVert. LeVert guarded 1-on-1 by Naz Reid. Reid guarding LeVert at the left wing perimeter. Away from the basketball, we had a Minnesota personal foul right here. That will stop the clock with 1:38. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker looking like he's the guilty party on the personal foul call. So this is going to be free throws here at the line. Jared Allen shooting 2. First one's up. First one is through. Yeah, it's been a good game tonight. Both of these teams in the bonus to close out this third quarter and getting their trips at the free throw line. This third quarter might last like another 10-15 minutes. Based on the fouls that are given here, every 10-15 seconds goes off the time, and then a team makes a foul, then we have to make a trip to the free throw line, and then another 10-15 seconds goes off, another foul, we make a trip to the free throw line. This third quarter has lasted forever tonight. Second free throw by Allen, connects on it. 77-77, both of these teams matching up against each other right now. Shot for shot making free throws. Allen double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds for Jared Allen tonight. Edwards swings it off to the wing, into the hands to Edwards once again from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Edwards jacks up the 3, top of the key, bricked off the rim, no good. Jared Allen collects the defensive rebounds. Cavs with a chance to break the tie. Okoro on top, lob down low off to Allen. Allen was held up. Allen got fouled. Once again, he'll have 2 more at the line. That is TJ Warren who picks up the foul. So 2 shots upcoming once again for Jared Allen inside the bonus for Minnesota. And this is getting out of control right now. Personal foul trouble looks like this for Minnesota. And they got quite a bit. TJ Warren just picked up his 3rd. 3 personal fouls each between Edwards, Warren, and Reid. And Naz Reid and Anthony Edwards have been the top 2 players tonight for Minnesota offensively. And then for Cleveland, not in as much foul trouble. 2 personal fouls between 4 different players. Dean Wade, George Niang, Isaac Okoro, and Sam Merrill all with 2. Both of the free throws are good by Allen. 79-77. Just above 1 minute left to go in the third. Jordan McLaughlin at the left wing. Bounce pass top of the key. Naz Reid, a bunch of space out there. Takes it, and he makes it from downtown. 80-79. It's way too easy tonight for Naz Reid. He's got 24. Fifth main three tonight. Under 1 minute left to go here in the third. Here's a three taken by LeVert. Off the back from no good. A rebound secured by Warren. Minnesota up by one with possession. Reed looking to push tempo outside. Finds Edwards. Edwards slows it down. He's guarded by Wade around the outside. Edwards drives right past Wade. Edwards getting into the cup. Blocked from the side. Out of bounds. D to Wade denies Anthony Edwards as the clock stops with 31.4 seconds. That's just tough defense right there by Dean Wade. Hanging step for step with Anthony Edwards. Edwards beat him by a step, but able to hang in at the last moment. Blocked him from behind as the ball went out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 31 in the game clock. Inbound Reed. Laces up a three. Came off the rim. Off the mark. 25 seconds left. Cleveland with possession. Down by one to close out the third quarter. Here we go. Edge in the midcourt logo with Karis LeVert. LeVert guarded by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. 5-second differential shot clock and game clock to close out the quarter. LeVert. Oh, that's a big ew. Turns it over to half-court violation right there as it went past the half-court line. And the pass that he was trying to find his teammate went backwards and it sailed out of bounds. 6.2 seconds left to go to close it out at the end of the third quarter. To inbound to the backcourt. Deflected, and that is a backcourt violation by Minnesota. What is going on right now? 5.5 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Back-to-back backcourt violations. Can you believe it? They're going to put back a little bit more time in the clock. 0.7 of a second. It's now 6.2 seconds left to go in this third. So Cleveland, after all of that, will get the basketball again to redo. Merrill, the inbound passer, finds Garland. 5 seconds. Garland at the wing. Garland takes the three. Step back. Came up short. Edwards with a rebound. Time expires. And we close out with a 1-point game at the end of the third. Naz Reid, 3 main threes in the third quarter, 11 points via the bench. Back-to-back half-court violations by both of these teams with under 10 seconds left to go. A rarity. The National Basketball Association, as we're down to the final 12 minutes left to go. 80 Minnesota, 79 Cleveland. Top two defenses tonight battling it out on the hardwood, and it looks like a defensive game tonight. By the scoreboard, it is a defensive battle. Gritty, physical matchup between these two teams, challenging shot for shot. What a game. Close and competitive all night long. Naz Reid keeping his team right in the balance. 24 by Naz Reid, the game leader. 19 by Edwards, 12 points by McDaniels. Gobert tonight with 12 rebounds. Cleveland at top scores. Darius Garland with 23. 15 by LeVert from the bench. Niang's got 16. 13 by Jarrett Allen on just 2 for 11 shooting. He is 9 for 10 tonight. The free throw line with a double-double. 13 points, 11 rebounds. That's a testament to Rudy Gobert's defense, limiting Jarrett Allen to just 2 for 11 tonight. Ten turnovers each. Cleveland making 10 threes. Minnesota making 6. Minnesota plus 6 points in the paint. 34-28. It's been an even game. Largest lead was 9 by Minnesota. And that was to start off the game. The TWolves led 15-6 at one point. And then Cleveland won on a 12-zip run. Took the lead at the first quarter. It's been a game of runs tonight, but now it's been back and forth. Largest lead by Cleveland has been 6. So there's been no double-digit lead at all tonight between these two teams. Dayton beat VCU tonight in overtime, 91-86, the final score. Couple of games have gone final tonight in the association. The Wizards winners tonight against the Hornets, 112-100. Washington picks up the win. And then the Sixers try to come back, but the comeback not enough in the end. The Pelicans, they're rolling lately. Zion with a double-double, 23 points, 12 rebounds as New Orleans wins over Philadelphia tonight, 103-95. Games going on at the moment. Inside the NBA, the Heat and Thunder are tied up at 65. With a victory tonight for Minnesota, they can stretch the gap between OKC win and OKC loss. Right now, Minnesota is a half game ahead of Oklahoma City at first in the West for Minnesota at the moment. The Hawks are leading the Grizzlies 67-57. The Knicks tonight are blowing out the Magic 83-62. If you guys would like to join back in tomorrow night, feel free to do so. I'll be back covering Celtics versus Suns tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. So if you'd like to join back in, feel free to do so. And it's been an excellent game tonight between these two teams. Give both of these teams props out for this one. It's been an excellent Friday night in the NBA. And here we go to start the fourth quarter of action. Naz Reid receives the pass off the roll down. Gobert goes up. Gobert gets stripped. And the ball went rolling out of bounds. So this will stay Minnesota possession here. 12 on the shot clock for the TWolves. The lob gets sent to Reid. Reid moves it out to the wing. Conley takes the jumper. He's got it. We're going to spot it a three. Yes, they are. Mike Conley, both feet behind the three-point line. He makes the three. Now they're going to downgrade it to a 2. So they say 1 foot behind the three-point line. The graphic changed to a 2. I thought so. Yeah, I thought so at first. Wasn't sure exactly where both of the feet stood up, but looked like there was one on the line, one behind. Corner jumper, Merrill from the perimeter. That is way off the mark. Sailed over the cylinder. Here goes Reid. Pushes tempo. McDaniels off to the trailer. Reid gets tangled up, and Reid gets fouled by Merrill. Some bad basketball lately for Cleveland. Sam Merrill airballed the 3, and he committed the shooting foul as well. Washington, by the way, tonight snapped a 16-game losing streak with a victory over Charlotte. 2 free throws here by Naz Reid. The first one is good. Naz Reid's been automatic tonight. Second free throw right down the middle. He's going to get the game ball tonight for the MVP for Naz Reid. Naz Reid, top scorer in the game. He's got 26. That's on 7 for 8 at the free throw line, 7 for 13 from the floor. Cleveland down by 5. Allen limited to just 2 for 11 shooting. Hands it off to LeVert. LeVert dribbles out to the top of the key. LeVert drives up, gives it off to the wing to Garland. Garland, 2 in the shot clock. Garland slices defenders, gets to the rim, and he lays it up and in off the backboard. Swifty move right there. Good for 2 by Garland. Garland with 25, right behind Reid, the game leader with 26. Conley out the wing. Conley dribbles up, baseline dribble. Conley underneath, outside, finds Nikhil off the up fake, kick out to the corner. Anderson off to Alexander Walker, 1 in the shot clock. Jacks up the 3 off the back rim, no good. Tipped up by Gobert. Offensive rebound back over to Nikhil. Here's a 3, Conley off the mark, misfired. A rebound collected for the defense by Dean Wade. Vaughn, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by, man. LeVert inside the key, had it poked loose from behind, went on a bounce. It will stay Cavs ball. 10:05 left to go. And the referees will look at this on the monitors. Minnesota has challenged the previous possession of who possessed the basketball last. So Minnesota thought that it was lost out of bounds by Cleveland. The referees rolled it, deflected out from behind, a charge to Minnesota. So we take the timeout on the floor. 10:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. Anybody's game right now. 3-point lead for the TWolves. What a game tonight here, everybody. Right now, Minnesota's leading the poll at the moment, 55-45. If you haven't voted, feel free to do so as well. We shall see. It all depends on who lands in the bracket against each other. So I have no clue. I like a couple teams that's really solid in my opinion, but I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I'm not entirely sure just yet, honestly. Yeah, if you guys would like to join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge, if you haven't done so yet, feel free to join the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge group. That link is up there as well. Quick update here with an upcoming schedule. I plan on being back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. covering Celtics versus Suns tomorrow night. I'm going to be off on Sunday, so I'll be off on Sunday. On Monday, I'm thinking about doing potentially the Sun Belt Conference Tournament Championship game this upcoming Monday. It's kind of a random week because they have the mid-majors first for like the conference tournament championship games. Yeah, I'm hoping it's App State against James Madison. That would be a really good conference tournament game. I'm probably not going to stream as many conference tournament championship games as I've done in the past, unfortunately, because I've been working a lot so much. And also, Saturdays now, starting not this Saturday, but the following week, I'll be working at one of the colleges, writing all the post-game, or writing most of the post-game recaps, helping out the director for sports information at one of the colleges I work at, write some of the post-game recaps. So it's a lot of long hours that I have on Saturday that I work. I'm announcing 2 games, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday. I'm announcing 2 games for lacrosse at 1 and 4, and then after the 4 o'clock game finishes up for lacrosse around like 7ish, I have to write up both of the recaps after that, which I'll probably be leaving around 10 o'clock or so. So unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to get to do any of the college basketball conference tournament championships. When is that? The 16th? Yeah, because I get the doubleheader on the 16th, and then I have to write the post-game recaps later. And now that'll be something that I'm doing for quite a bit of time. Like, I'm unfortunately probably not going to be able to do the Final Four this year too, because he has like a bunch of games going on that day. He has like 10 different games. So since there's 10 games, one person can't write the recaps to all 10 games. So I'm going to have to help him out some of those games. Oh, I haven't got engaged yet, so I've yet to get engaged yet. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's some stuff for me and my girlfriend to get eventually for places, but it's just so difficult because it's so expensive. 3 is good at the wing by Sam Merrill, just tied up at 86 apiece. Missed 3 at the top of the key, no good for Minnesota. Down to 8:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Cleveland with a chance to break this lead right here. Garland moves it off to Allen, top of the key. Handoff back to Garland. Garland dribbles up inside the key. Dump off down low. Over to Allen with possession. Pass Gobert, scores and 1. Jared Allen going to shoot 1 at the free throw line. Good vision right there by Darius Garland, shoveling the pass underneath off to Jared Allen with position behind Rudy Gobert at the hoop. They got him in a number situation, a 2-on-1 off the pick and roll, and a little bit of late help defensively. It was Nickeil Alexander-Walker who picked up a late foul underneath, who came late and swiped at the arm there of Jared Allen, just on a mismatch that scored over him. Cleveland came in as a 1.5-point favorite on their home floor tonight in this game. Minnesota 21-11 road record. Those 21 wins are the most by an NBA team this season on the road. Missed free throw, but it gets controlled by the offense by Sam Merrill. Garland off the pump fake. Garland at the wing, guarded by Edwards now. 5 in the shot clock. Garland dribbles up. Garland floats up the runner. Swoosh! He makes it. Scores for 2 by Darius Garland. 90-86, 4-point advantage for Cleveland. Garland working his way up on the scoreboard. He's got 27, the game leader. 7 assists by Well tonight for Garland. Anderson dribbles, drives, kick out to the corner. Nikhil fires the pass, top of the key. McDaniels off the back room, no good. Rebound secure by Cleveland. Here we go. Garland up the floor, baseline dribble. Garland circles around, and he stepped out of bounds. Darius Garland tiptoed on the baseline. That's going to be a turnover committed by the Cavs. What a ball game right now. 4-point lead for Cleveland, looking to take this one tonight. Part of a 9-zip run in the previous 2 minutes. Minnesota here looking for a response. Spin move. Nikhil Alexander-Walker going into the shot. Goes up, gets fouled. It's committed by Okoro. So now the clock stops with 7:40. They're going to say it's on the floor. The foul occurred, so no free throws. Anderson gives it off to Nikhil. Turns the corner, drives. Nikhil got the bounce. It's good. Up in and off the glass for 2. 2-point game right now, and there's 7:30 left to go. Cleveland milking clock. Finally, Minnesota's able to pressure. There went 10 solid seconds off the clock. Anyway, it's only a 2-point game. I mean, we'll see if that time comes back to hot Minnesota or Cleveland later in this game. Merrill laces up a 3. No good. Missed it around the rim and outs. Goes right back to Gobert as he collects another rebound. Rudy Gobert, double-digit rebounds tonight. Nikhil Alexander-Walker off to Rudy. Rudy with just 5 total points tonight, looking to add to it. Got caught on the offensive foul. Push it off by Rudy Gobert. Jared Allen takes the charge. Turnover committed by Rudy. Just lowers the boom right into him. Rudy clips him. Oh, yeah, and Jared Allen. Good sell job right there by Allen. Yeah, Rudy just destroyed him with an elbow. Just put an elbow across Allen's body. Allen went down hard right there. Really good sell job by Allen. First of all, Rudy clipped him. That should have been called immediately. Got away with a clip, and then Rudy then elbowed him. Oof. Taking a tough elbow right there to the upper chest. Referees are actually going to look at this one on the monitor right now. That's a hard elbow that Rudy Gobert just threw out at Jared Allen. So upper chest area, Jared Allen absorbed a brutal elbow by Gobert. We take a look at the replay. First of all, he hooked him right there. No call. Boom. Oh, yeah. It was towards the upper right side of the chest. Towards the side, right below the armpit. Rudy throwing out that elbow. Wow. Backing his way, throwing out that big elbow on Allen. So the referees are looking at this one right now at the monitor. 6:49 left to go. So this will send Jared Allen to the free throw line right now. So flagrant 1 on a play by Rudy Gobert. Jared Allen shooting free throws. Missed the first one, got the second one, and Cleveland with a 3-point lead will have control of the basketball too. Inbound. Underneath. Deflected. Here's a 3. No good off the mark by Sam Merrill of Cleveland. As the T-Wolves come away with a defensive rebound with Anderson. Anderson. Bounce pass off to Edwards. Edwards drives on Garland. Brings along a double team. Floats the pass right corner. Into the hands to Anderson. Anderson working on Merrill inside the key. Anderson backing bodies. Anderson turnaround. Anderson with a jumper able to get the bounce in for the bucket. 91-90. First to 100. Looking like they're going to win this one tonight against the top 2 defenses in the NBA. Here we go. Midway through the fourth quarter of action here. Anderson's got double figures with 10. Garland has the ball, edge of the midcourt logo. Allen sets the pick. Allen rolls down. Garland finds him. Allen floats up the runners. Drops it down. It's good for 2 by Jared Allen. 3-point advantage for the Cavs. Minnesota with the ball. Edge of the midcourt logo in the keel. Bounce pass out to the wing. Into the hands to Anderson. Anderson handoff to Edwards. Edwards accelerates. Low block jumper. Came off the rim. Short battle for the rebound. Touched out of bounds. Last touched off of Gobert. The referees will say it's off of Garland, actually. So it's off of Garland, actually. It will stay Minnesota ball with 5:27 remaining. Edwards will be the inbound passer. Inbound here to Gobert. Handoff Edwards. Edwards at the elbow. Edwards guarded back at the wing, working on Allen 101. Edwards thought about a step back. Edwards crossover. Kick out deflected into the hands of Gobert. Gobert, bad pass. Intercepted by LeVert. They got a 3-on-1 for Cleveland. And they missed the layup. From point blank range, it was no good by George Niang. Minnesota with the ball once again, trailing by 3, looking for a response. They've been struggling from the perimeter tonight, just 6 for 21 from the outside. And this will be as bodies collide. I believe they're going to get Cleveland here on the defensive foul. Yeah, it's on Garland. A lot of contact inside as Garland picks up the personal. We are down to 4:58 left to play. First to 100 will win this game tonight, most likely. If you're new on the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a game tonight between these two teams. Edwards, the far side of the floor, will be the inbound passer. Jack City, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it for being a part here on the channel. Inbound. Jumper. Deep 2. No good. Off the mark. Misfired by Minnesota. It was off the front rim by McDaniels, and there are 5 minutes left to go. LeVert took it up the floor, and Cleveland here will burn a timeout, so we're down to 4:42 left. 3-point lead for the Cavs, and an excellent game tonight. The top 2 defenses in the association battling it out against each other right now. Hey, there we go. Big win for the Knicks tonight. Quick update right now on the scoreboard. Thunder leading the Heat by 1, 82-81. Hawks up over the Grizzlies, 83-86, or 83-76. Atlanta leads by 7 in that game, and these are the games that's gone final. 3 of them right now. The Pelicans crushed. They were up against the Sixers by a bunch. The Sixers came back and only cut the score to single digits after Philadelphia was trailing at the end of the first quarter, 36-15. But at the end, the Pelicans able to hang on and win. New Orleans won 103-95. Wizards snapped a 16-game losing streak as they beat the Hornets tonight, 112-100. And then the Knicks, big winners. They limited the Magic to just 74 points. 98-74. New York picked up the win. Precious Achiuwa with a double-double, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. Impressive game there by Achiuwa tonight. Hey, thanks so much, Jack City. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks so much, Alex, for joining in. I'll see you back tomorrow night. Feel free to join back in tomorrow night. I plan on covering Celtics versus Suns tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Wild game here. It's been decided by single digits this entire game. Like, it's been close throughout the entire course of this game. Yeah, we might be a little bit behind or so if you're looking to sync it up, because I'm getting this game through, I have YouTube TV, so I get it through a Roku device for YouTube TV, so I think it's like 30 seconds behind or so, and then also the YouTube delay. Actually, any of the games that I cover on ABC, people have said I'm ahead, because what happens when I have the game on ABC is that my network, I get the network either from Boston or Providence, but the Boston network is super fast. I think they only got like a 10 or 15 second delay on that broadcast network for the ABC channel in Boston, because it comes out like almost as close as it possibly can after the actual live event happened, because I work in radio. We go at the radio station I work at, we're on a 30-second delay for when the broadcast originally like airs. Like when we go on live mic, it's 30 seconds after it shows up is when it comes out live in like the car radios and on like all the applications and the Listen Live app and the TuneIn app and stuff, so people can listen. So yeah, I've heard that whenever I cover the ABC Saturday night games, that I'm actually ahead of a lot of people because of how fast my ABC is on the affiliate network for my area, where I get it through an antenna for ABC in my area. The rest of the games I just get through YouTube TV. Here we go, 93-90 to score, 4:40 left to go in the fourth quarter here. The pass deflected out of bounds, the last touch by Mike Conley. Clock stops with 4:37. Edwards tonight, 19 points. Been limited in this game to 7 for 20 shooting from the floor, coming off 44 points in the win over Indiana yesterday night. They're playing on a back-to-back. Garland at the free throw circle, moved it off to LeVert. 4.5 left to go. LeVert passes down low. Allen, hook shot over Gobert. Been a tough night inside for Jared Allen, but keeps on delivering somehow, some way, as Gobert contested it. Minnesota came up with the ball. Anderson swings it off to Edwards. 4:15 left to go on the clock. Edwards at the right wing, working on Wade 1-on-1. Edwards dribbles up. Edwards inside the key. Edwards pump fake, puts it up. Off the rim, no good. Tipped off the glass. Offensive rebound for a moment by Gobert, and then he had it knocked away from his hands as he had it between 3 defenders at once underneath the rim, and then he lost it. 3:50 left to go with 10 on the shot clock. Cleveland, edge of the midcourt logo. Garland looking for a big-time shot here. Jacks up the 3. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound controlled by Gobert. 16th board of the game by Rudy Gobert as we're under 3:40 left to go. Conley has it at the edge of the midcourt logo. Both of these teams using a lot of clock right now. Somebody's going to be aggressive and make a big shot. And if it's Cleveland, then this game might stretch away because Minnesota's been stagnant lately. Conley, tough shot, had a launch as the shot clock expired. It's a shot clock violation. Way too much clock on both of the sides of the floor in the previous 2 possessions. 3:19 left to go, and just you cannot use the entire shot clock right there if you're Minnesota, because Cleveland's in your team have the top 2 defenses and fewest points allowed, and the scoreboard says the total for that tonight. 93-90. This game is going well under. We're going to have a timeout on the floor as it's the Cavs who burn a timeout, so Cleveland takes the timeout here with 3:19 left. What a game. That's just a tough possession there by Mike Conley. Tried a fadeaway three as he had one in the shot clock, and he got it blocked. Wasn't even close to hitting the rim. Both of the teams shooting around the low 40s percentage-wise tonight. A bunch of turnovers, too. 14 turnovers by Minnesota, 12 by Cleveland in this game. It's just been a great defensive game. Like, Jared Allen, he's usually, like, so good at the rim. Tonight he's just 5 for 15 shooting, yet he's scored 20 points. He's made half of his points at the free throw line tonight for Allen. It's just, man, Rudy Gobert, just his defense has been incredible all season long for him. He's the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year for Rudy. Tonight he's got 16 rebounds. Rudy's a +4 in the court. They've got wavering plus minuses tonight between these two teams. Rudy's a +4. TJ Warren's a +15. And then Jordan McLaughlin's a +4 as well. But Anthony Edwards is the largest plus-minus tonight in a bad way for Minnesota. He's a -14 tonight, whereas they got wavering plus-minuses too for Cleveland. +17 for George Niang, +15 for Jared Allen, +15 for Darius Garland as we come back from the timeout right now. -24 when Dean Wade has been out there. And flashback to Tuesday, he was the other way around. He scored 20 points to the Celtics, just 17 in the entire fourth quarter. Missed shot by Cleveland. Offensive rebound went to Allen, and Allen tried to go in for a layup, and he got fouled. So the clock stops with 3:01. So let's see here on the replay. LeVert with a jumper, missed off the front rim. Allen came up with it. It was Gobert. That's a tough call right there against Rudy. Honestly, from that angle, it looked like it was pretty clean. Jared Allen's made 10 free throws out of 13 attempts tonight. So here's a chance to add 2 more at the free throw line. 3:01 left to go. First free throw, no good. Grazed off the front rim. This game is very well going to come down to free throws. 19 for 26, 73% by Cleveland. 16 for 19, 84% by Minnesota. Lucky for Cleveland that they've got a 4-point lead. Second free throw is good by Allen. And now Minnesota will burn the timeouts. So both teams with 2 timeouts left to go. 3:01 left to play as we head back to the timeout. All right, here we go. Back to the timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams, and feel free to join back in tomorrow night between Celtics and Suns if you guys would like to join in tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Quick update, the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge is back, as we'll be doing the ESPN Tournament Challenge once again this year. If you guys enjoy college basketball, feel free to be a part of the Bracket Challenge group. All you have to do is click the link. It's totally free to join, and then click the link, sign up for an ESPN account if you don't already have one, and then just click join group for Behind the Arc Basketball to be a part of the Behind the Arc Basketball Bracket Challenge for the 2024 March Madness Tournament. All right, here we go. We get back to action. That was a quick timeout right there. Edwards at the elbow, had it stripped as he went up, got it back though between Okoro and Garland, tried to battle for the basketball. Both went down. Missed 3 by Conley as it went around the rim and out. Garland tried to track it down, couldn't do so, and as Garland tried to save it, went out of bounds. So 2:43 left to play. It's been an off night tonight for Anthony Edwards, but just 19 points, making just 7 shots out of 26 attempts. Edwards yet to make a 3, and that continues. 0 for 6 from 3, just missed one. Jacks up another one, comes up short. Offensive rebound, Conley. Under 2.5 left to go. Baseline dribble, Conley. Kick out, corner, Naz Reid. He's been on spot from 3. Takes one. Oh, he sinks it. Naz Reid sinks down to 3. It's a 1-point game. He's been on point tonight. Off the bench, 29, the game leader. 6th made 3 tonight for Naz Reid. That was sick right there. A right corner, fall away Jay. And he delivered as it sunk down bottom. 2 minutes left. Cleveland with possession. Garland kick out to the corner. A Okoro bounce pass underneath. Jared Allen tears down a Rushak with a 2-handed flush. Gobert tried to close out on him with a block, but Jared Allen just a half step ahead right there to shut the door with a 2-handed dunk. 23 and 15 for Allen. Top of the key, Edwards. Edwards guarded at the top, dribbles up, straight line, shovels downhill. Rudy Gobert cuts the hoop, throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Back-to-back dunks by the big fella. My clock's a little bit ahead currently. We're down to 1:30 as we approach the mark right now, crossing midcourt with Garland. 1-point game. Cleveland with possession. Garland, free throw circle, circles around, back out to the top. Garland defended one-on-one by McDaniels. Gets past him now at the wing. Moves it out to LeVert. Jacks up the corner 3. High arcer. Missed off the rim. No good. Minnesota pulls down the rebound. And here goes the T-Wolves with 1:10 left to go. Naz Reid with 29, the player of the game tonight for the T-Wolves. Keeping it in all night long. Edwards thought about the step back. Gave it off to his left to Reid. Spin move. Downhill at the rim. Able to bounce in. Around the rim over Okoro. Gets it for 2. 97-96, 58.1 left to go. Naz Reid, you the legend tonight, brother, in this game. Have yourself a game with 31. This is where heroes and legends are made. Garland at the left wing, step back 3 in the air. No good off the mark. Edwards controls the defensive rebound. 40 seconds left. Crossing midcourt for Minnesota. Shot clock's down to 15. Game clock's down to 37. 22-second differential. Edwards dribbles, crossover, elbow, jumper deep 2. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. Rudy goes up. Rudy, it's going to be an offensive foul. Wow. As the clock stops with 27.8 seconds left to go. Rudy Gobert battling for the rebound. As the T-Wolves get called on the loose ball foul before it happens. And Gobert looked like he was going to get fouled at the rim right there. But Gobert trying to battle for position gets called on the loose ball foul as he shoved away a Cavs defender trying to get possession off the rebound. Gobert got called on a loose ball foul. And this will be Cleveland basketball. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. What a game. 27.8 seconds left to go. Rudy Gobert trying to get position on the rebound as we don't have the replay right there. Things got chippy in between the two teams, and this will actually send Darius Garland to the free throw line to tie it up right now. The free throw, it's good. 97-97, Garland buries the free throw. So Rudy Gobert, that was his 6th. He has fouled out of this game. Gobert's just fouled out. He just picked up his 6th personal foul on the last one. So this is what happened. Gobert, loose ball foul. Gobert, technical foul. Right there. There is something exchanged the referees. I think he was rubbing... He was doing a hand gesture straight to the refs about the call. He got teed up. And that was it. So Gobert, a loose ball foul, and then frustrated about the call, got teed up to the officials. What a terrible way to end Rudy Gobert's game right there. 97-97, plus Cleveland will have the basketball upcoming after the timeout, and they're in a bonus too. So the Cavs are in a bonus next time around as well. What a game. That might have just been the momentum changer tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Wow, this has lived up to its hype tonight. No team has led by double digits in this game here tonight. Largest lead was Minnesota by 9. They led 15-6. Yeah. Rudy Gobert with a gesture right to the officials, gave him the T, and he got out of here. Wow. Here we go. 27.8 seconds left to go. It'll be a Cavs inbound down the near side of the floor. Okoro will be the inbound passer. Okoro looking to move it off. Bounce pass to Jared Allen. Into the hands here of Niang. Top of the key off to Allen. Dribbles towards his right around the perimeter. Puts the ball into the hands to Garland. There's a 4-second differential. Shot clock and game clock to close out this game right now. Shot clock's down to 10. Game clock's down to 14. Garland. Midcourt logo. Garland. Shot clock's down to 5. Game clock's down to 9. Garland. Defended by Reed at the wing. Garland. 2 in the shot clock. Takes the 3. Blocked by Naz Reid. Garland came up with it. 2.9. And a big defensive stop right there by Naz Reid, resulting in a shot clock violation. Charge to Cleveland as we're down to 3.8 seconds. Naz Reid, the player of the game. Naz Reid comes up and he stuffs Darius Garland, resulting in a shot clock violation. 3.8 seconds left to go. Minnesota with 2 timeouts. 1 timeout remaining by Cleveland. And Minnesota will take a timeout right here, so they're down to 1. 1 timeout remaining for the TWolves. Don't change the dial in this one. What a game. Both teams with a timeout each. Both with 1 challenge to give as well. Wow. And a foul to give here for Cleveland too. So Minnesota's not in the bonus just yet either. Anthony Edwards has been limited to nothing in the 4th quarter. 0 for 5 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3. Here we go. Minnesota looking to win this game on the buzzer beater. Kyle Anderson, near side of the floor, advances it to the front court. 3.8 seconds left to go. Anderson guarded by Allen off the inbound. Anderson passes off to the midcourt logo. Edwards has some space, jacks up the game winner, and a foul committed by Cleveland as they had 1 to give with 2.2. So 2.2 seconds left to go before Edwards shot the jumper, which was off anyway. 2.2 seconds. We have another timeout. Cleveland will keep theirs. It's Minnesota who takes their final timeouts. So 2.2 seconds left to go. Timeout taken on the floor by Minnesota. They're out of timeouts. So 2.2 seconds left to go. George, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Hit us up in the chat, by the way. Who guys like to win this one tonight? T-Wolves or Cavs? Make sure to type in the chat. Vote in the poll, too. Right now, Minnesota leading that poll 56-44 at the moment. If you guys enjoy the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. What a game here. Right by the line, Cleveland was a 1.5 point favorite in this game. No team led by double digits. Rudy Gobert has fouled out. And this one very well could go into overtime tonight. 2.2 seconds left to go. Kyle Anderson. Near side of the floor will be the inbound passer, guarded by George Niang. In the front court on the near side next to the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse logo. Anderson looking to pass it off. He had Naz Reid open, gave it out to the corner though. Follow-away jumper, deep two. Over the cylinders, no good by Edwards. We're going to overtime. Anthony Edwards did not score a single point in the fourth quarter. Tough shot right there. Off a follow-away at the right baseline by Edwards. 5 more minutes left to go of extra basketball. Edwards over a Coro follow-away. Didn't even hit the rim. Wasn't even close. They had Naz Reid, who came around at the top of the key. And Anderson did not see him. Let's get that OT hype out in the chat here, everybody. It's been a while since I've covered an overtime stream. Let's go. 5 minutes of overtime upcoming. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams. Quick update for you guys. If you enjoy the NCAA Tournament March Madness, feel free to join in for the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group. It's totally free. We'll be doing the ESPN Tournament Challenge once again this year. The link is up there in the chat. All you have to do is click the link, create an ESPN account if you don't already have one, and then click Join the Group to join the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group for the NCAA Tournament Challenge for this year's 2024 March Madness. What a game. So yeah, I haven't covered an overtime stream in a while. So we are going into overtime right now. Minnesota 1-3 record in overtime. The only win they had was against the Celtics, by the way, which is 3-4 in 3-point games, 2-3 in overtime games, which simply cannot win in crunch time under head coach Joe Mazzulla. But Cleveland on the other side, having some success this season when it's come down to overtime games. And Rudy Gobert, by the way, has fouled out. So he is done for the rest of tonight's game for Rudy. This season in overtime, Cleveland with a record of 2-1 this season. Yes, I plan on covering Selection Sunday. Yeah, I'm not sure entirely how many conference tournament games I'll be streaming just yet for me. I have 2 games for lacrosse next Saturday, but starting not this Saturday but the following Saturday, I'm gonna start working in sports information, helping out one of the guys at the colleges that I announced with writing the post-game articles. So a lot of those consist of Saturdays, which are like long hours. So I've been writing a couple of the post-game articles when I've announced there on Saturdays. So I'm probably not going to be covering anything the following Saturday. I'll be around tomorrow, since you're on spring break. But the following Saturday, I probably won't have like any of the conference tournament games because I have 2 lacrosse games on the 16th at 1 and 4, and then I have to write the post-game articles afterwards. They get published for the team as we get underway here. Start to overtime. Teardrop goes down off the backboard by Garland as he scores the first bucket to begin OT. Right to left on the floor for Cleveland. Minnesota goes left to right. Naz Reid jacks up the 3 straight away off the catch and fire. Swoosh! He delivers. First to 100 is the TWolves. Naz Reid catching fire in a bottle in this one tonight, keeping his team hanging in above 30. In today's game for Naz, drilling down threes. He's got 34 and 10 for 16 shooting. Garland off to Levert. Levert dribbled up, missed the shot, no good. And we have a loose ball foul picked up on the floor, charge to Anderson for Minnesota. So we're down to 4 minutes even left to go. Yeah, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, I might just do the Selection Sunday. Stream, it all depends because I have 2 games during March Madness, but I do want to get my prep done that Sunday, so I'm not trying to get prep done throughout the course of the week when there's NCAA tournament games. Oh my, Jared Allen sneaking around the defense right there, exploding with a right-handed flush. 101-100. He's got 25 right now. Conley at the wing, lobs it off to Reed with 34. Reed dribbles up, drives downhill to the rim, got it stripped out of bounds. Last touched by Niang. 3:29 left to go in overtime. There'll be 8 seconds on the shot clock here for Minnesota. Minnesota underneath at the baseline. They'll get the inbound. Edwards, the inbound passer. Edwards, bounce pass. Reed has it at the left corner. Guarded by Niang, gets it away. Off to Anderson, into the hands to Conley. Laces up the 3 over Allen. Too strong, missed the mark by Mike Conley as Cleveland collects the defensive rebound. 1 point advantage for the Cavs. Garland at the left wing. Slides it out on top. George Niang. He's been quiet recently. Double figures, though, in this game tonight by George with 16. Garland guarded at the midcourt logo as we approach the 3-minute mark left to go. Garland at the right baseline. Garland double team. Garland one in the shot clock. Takes a tough shot. No good. It comes up short. It's another shot clock violation. Too many shot clock violations in this one tonight. Darius Garland had one in the final 3 seconds to close out the fourth quarter. Just a tough shot right there by Garland, but wait a second, they're going to get him on a foul. Wow, they got Minnesota on a foul right as the shot clock expired. So this is going to be, instead of the shot clock violation, Minnesota committed a bad shooting foul with Jaden McDaniels. This will be 3 at the free throw line by Garland, and he makes the first one. Holy smokes, that changed the course of this game or what? Second free throw is good. Yeah, Minnesota's hated these foul calls lately. Rudy Gobert got teed up for one in the final minute left to go. That's a big call right there by the officials. Looked like a clear shot clock violation. Garland with a pretty good sell job and a follow-away falling down. As the referees ruled, Jaden McDaniels picked up a personal foul and a shooting foul from behind the perimeter and a 3-point shot attempt by Darius Garland. Garland has made 2 out of the 3 at the line. Will have his 3rd free throw pending. 1 more free throw here by Garland. 3 attempts on the line, made the first 2, and here will be the 3rd. That's a huge foul at this stage of the game with under 3 minutes left to go, and Garland makes 2 out of the 3. As that came up short, offensive rebound right back over to Jared Allen, saves it in Cleveland with the offensive rebound off the Garland missed 3rd free throw. Garland still with it, 5 of the shot clock. Garland dribbles, drives, floats up the runner inside, gets it a drop. It's good for a 2 by Darius Garland. 5-point lead. That's a huge momentum changer in this game with a personal foul call charged to Minnesota. Edwards gives it up to the corner. Baseline dribble, double clutch. No good off the mark. But able to get fouled here by Okoro. And this will be 2 shots at the line for Jaden McDaniels. 2:25 left. Darius Garland taking over this game tonight. McDaniels with 2 free throws upcoming. Garland's got 34. 34 as well by Naz Reid from Minnesota leading the way. First free throw no good. Missed by McDaniels. Big miss right there at the free throw line. Yeah, I might do something next week that I stream the Big Ten for their championship game. And then go to a selection Sunday right after that. When I've done the SEC the past couple of years, it hasn't got like a lot of people because it's like an ESPN game and a lot of people have illegally gotten away streaming that one or so. And I have to get prep work done for the next week in between tournament week as well. LeVert passes down low. Jared Allen with a hook shot. No. Rudy Gobert out there and Jared Allen able to put it through for 2 inside the low post. Under 2 minutes left to go. Minnesota down by 6 now. Floater inside a key Mike Conley. And they're going to wave off the buckets. Mike Conley, they will wave off the bucket. Got the bucket off the runner. Will not count the basket, though, by Conley here as he pushed off. They're going to roll it. Did he push off according to the referees? We're waiting official word by the referees if Mike Conley pushed off or not. Or was this foul occurred before the shot committed by Darius Garland? And referees are sorting this all out now with 150. Delightful Cello, thanks for joining in. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's going to be on Garland. So Darius Garland reach and foul before the shot motion. So Minnesota will keep the basketball. Next time around, they'll be in a bonus. TWolves will keep the basketball here. 150 left to go. They'll inbound far side of the floor. Mike Conley to inbound passer. And obviously, they are frustrated about the calls not going their way. The late stage of the fourth quarter and here in overtime, the calls have definitely not gone the T-Wolves' way. Conley dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside. He scores up and in off the backboard, plus the foul. It's a 4-point game, 107-103. Straight line dribble drive, back-to-back personal fouls committed by Darius Garland. Garland now in deep foul trouble, picks up his fifth. 1:41 left to go. Garland's been the best player on the floor tonight for Cleveland with 34. Got to be careful remaining 1:41 of this game. Free throw is good by Conley. 3-point game. Cleveland has possession. Garland crosses the midcourt logo with 1:34 on the clock. Garland defended by McDaniels, 101. Up by 3 for Cleveland. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Garland, top of the key, pass off the roll down into the hands to Allen. Allen missed the layup, no good. Oh, there's another foul picked up by Minnesota. They cannot believe these calls in this game. Garland off the pass, off the roll down. Allen able to snag it. Jaden McDaniels. Perfect position right there. What are you looking at if you're the referees? Oh, baby, were they paid their what tonight in this game to take the Cavs? 1:21 left to go. In the bonus now for Jared, this will be 2 on the shot, actually. So not in the bonus just yet. Jared Allen shooting 2. On the shooting motion, got followed by McDaniels. First one is good. Dean Wade checks onto the floor. Darius Garland's going to take a seat to be careful right now as he has 5 personal fouls. Second free throw by Allen to go by 5. The free throw's up. The free throw is good. Right down the middle. 109-104. 1:21 left to go in overtime. The T-Wolves cannot believe the calls here in the late stage of the fourth quarter into overtime by these officials tonight. Conley at the left wing perimeter. He's defended by Jared Allen, 101. Conley dribble drive inside. Gives it off to Anderson. Now into the hands to McDaniels. Float to the shot. Missed off the rim. No good. No call by the referees. Cleveland in the backcourt. Did they fling it away here? As we're down to 103 left to go. And now Garland will check back onto the floor. They're going to keep the ball. So it was deflected out of bounds in the backcourt by Minnesota. George Niang inbounds over to Garland. So dangerous pass there by Cleveland, but Minnesota deflected it out in Cleveland's backcourt. Garland back into the game, crosses midcourt. Final minute left to go. 5-point advantage for the Cavs. They're also in the bonus next time around. Garland shovels the pass underneath. Jared Allen held onto and fouled. And now 2 more shots coming up at the free throw line for Allen with 46 seconds left. Yeah, this game's right now getting out of reach for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, once he fouled out, the whole momentum switch went right into the hands of Cleveland. And this one on their home floor. Just so difficult if you're the road team. So difficult to take a game in overtime when you're on the road. Get the whole home crowd behind you. Top defensive player on the floor fouled out. First one's good by Jared Allen. Right down the home stretch here. Jared Allen really helping out his team making free throws. Jared Allen tonight, 31 points and just 8 made field goals. 16 rebounds. 15 made free throws. Have yourself a game when half of the points have been at the free throw line tonight. almost for Jared Allen. He's missed 10 shots, got locked up offensively throughout most of this game against Rudy Gobert. Somehow, someway, he's still dropping down 30. Second free throw is good. He's up to 31. 7-point lead. Minnesota's gotta go. Edwards attacks inside the paint, try to throw down the dunk, missed the slam dunk. No call by the referees either, as Minnesota picks up the foul. Edwards cannot believe it. 2 calls in the previous 2 possessions that could have gone Minnesota's way. McDaniels with a missed layup. Anthony Edwards a missed slam dunk as he was in between 2 defenders. A little bit of contact right there. No call by the referees though. Edwards 0 for 9 shooting since 2:19 remaining in the third quarter, as he takes a seat right now as we're down to 34 seconds left. A frustrating fourth quarter and beyond for Edwards. Minnesota cannot believe all these whistles that's gone against them tonight, and all the no-call whistles that's happened when they've been on the offensive side of the floor tonight. Darius Garland, player of the game tonight for the Cavs. 34 points. Jared Allen, an impressive 31 points. 17 rebounds with 15 made free throws. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. If you're a college basketball junkie too like me, make sure to be a part of the Behind Your Basketball Bracket Challenge group. That link is posted in the chat. All are welcome to join. It's totally free. All you have to do is click the link to be a part of the ESPN Tournament Challenge for the channel Bracket Challenge group. Click that link, sign up for an ESPN account if you don't already have one. If so, all you have to do, click join group for Behind Your Basketball on the Men's Tournament Bracket Challenge for March Madness. 34 seconds left to go. 7-point advantage for Cleveland, looking to take this dub tonight at home against Minnesota. Cleveland will get the inbounds. Inbound will be in their backcourt. George Niang looking to pass it off, sends it off to Allen. Allen immediately gets fouled. 33.5 seconds left to go. He's made 15 free throws tonight, looking for 16 and 17. Nope, it's totally free. Yeah, the tournament challenge there is totally free. First free throw, no good. Jared Allen missed it around the rim and out. Allen will have a second free throw. Free throw number 2, no good around the rim and out. Minnesota collected the rebound, but I'll burn a quick timeout here, it looks like. So down to 1 timeout for both of these teams. 33.2 seconds left to go as the TWolves burn a timeout. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Quick update from the NBA right now. Hawks lead the Grizzlies in a low-scoring game, 98-92, with 20 seconds left to go. Games that's gone final tonight. Pelicans beat the Sixers 103-95. Wizards winners over the Hornets, snapping a 16-game losing streak for Washington, 112-100. Knicks winners over the Magic, 98-74, and the Thunder winners over the Heat tonight, 107-100. So OKC improves to a record of 44-19. Minnesota trailing by 7, in danger of falling to 44-20, will be a half game below OKC. And Denver is only 1 game back between Oklahoma City right now. .2 seconds left to go. Kyle Anderson, far side of the floor, will be the inbound passer. He's guarded by Niang on this inbound. 10-second differential. Minnesota's going to get something off quickly. It goes to Edwards. Jacks up the three. Came off rim. Short Niang with a defensive rebound up ahead over to Jared Allen. And he dunks it down with a two-handed flush. Even though they could have just burned off the entire clock right there. Jared Allen padding his stat line tonight with 33 points. 15 seconds left to go. Naz Reid going to try a three. Skipped around the rim and out. And that is it here, folks. Cleveland comes out with a rebound. Minnesota down by 9 will not follow once again as this game goes final. The Cleveland Cavaliers needed overtime, but they pick up the victory tonight on their home court over Minnesota. The final score, Cleveland 113, Minnesota 104 as we go final. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream tonight for this one. Feel free to join back in for Celtics versus Suns tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys would like to come on in for future live streams as well, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 34 points by Darius Garland with 8 assists, 13 for 26 shooting, 33 by Jared Allen with 18 rebounds and 15 made free throws. We're going to wrap up here in this one tonight. Cleveland picks up the 9-point victory, largest lead of the game throughout the entire game as well. For Cleveland, it came at the final whistle. A 9-point win as we wrap up tonight in this one. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario, Guido, SD Sports Talk, Ice Baby, Robin, and Melinda. Thanks all for joining in and being a part on this stream tonight as Cleveland picks up the win at home over Minnesota in overtime, 113-104 the final score. I'll see you guys tonight if you'd like to join in for Celtics Suns tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thanks so much, everybody, for being a part here in the stream. And have a nice weekend, everybody.